And good afternoon, listeners and viewers. Welcome to Oswide Civil Plumbing and Plumbing Oval here, or Richmond Crescent for us older crew, for what is a crucial top five clash between the top placed East Geelong and the fifth placed Thomson Tigers. Of course, Thomson currently level on points with Bannockburn and 6 points clear of Inverleigh, who are starting to get some players back in and could make a late charge. Of course, as mentioned, we have a split round, so there's 3 games today and then 3 games next week to complete round 13. Unfortunately, we don't have the man from the duck pond here again. He's still struggling a little bit with his health, so we wish Grubby all the best. John Mitchell should be here soon to jump into the vacant seat to provide us with his variety of special comments. But of course, the man who is the voice of the GDFNL call, Dale Smith, is here with me. A good afternoon, Whale.
Yeah, thanks, Spotty. Looking forward to this contest this afternoon. As I said, East Geelong haven't done too much wrong for the whole season, and Thomson, as I said, we've been a little bit inconsistent, but over the last couple of weeks, been putting through probably some more consistent performances, and they'll need to be that today if they're going to give East Geelong any chance of running themselves into this game of football. So it should be a good day. As I said, you couldn't get better conditions, to be honest. Perfect out there for the players, and we're looking forward to a really good game.
Yeah, right, mate. It is a fantastic day. There's a slight breeze blowing towards Cardinia Park here, but at best it might be a goal in it, I would have thought. You're still plenty of chance to run the ball to the other end of the ground and kick your goal. So there's no excuses today for any bad footy. But as we know, mate, as we get to the the pointy end of the season, we said we're round 13, so 6 rounds to go. The game sort of starts to tighten up a bit, and we don't have those free-flowing games like you do early on the season.
Well, we look forward to it, Spot. As I said, it's a much better game to look at, much better game to call, and I reckon the players themselves would probably enjoy it a bit more when it's a lot more free-flowing. And as I said, it's probably one of those situations where I suppose they're out there trying to win a game of football, trying to set up themselves, and then things can open up for them. But as I said, the weather, look, to be honest, in fairness, we haven't had too many bad days in the whole season, so we've been pretty lucky, been blessed with that. Yep. And as I said, not running around on muddy grounds anywhere these days, so that's a real bonus for all the players. As I said, they've got some good grounds to play on, and they look like they're getting better and better each year. Yeah,
you're right, mate. They're a bit blessed, mate. No mud, a bit of change of grass on the grounds, a bit of change of loam they put underneath now, and of course drainage has improved out of sight, mate. So we did see at Cres a couple of weeks ago. You weren't there. That the centre square was an absolute quagmire. We'd had rain on the Friday night, but the council had the sprinkles on all week.
Oh.
So the rest of the ground was in pretty good nick, but the centre square was that muddy and that bad. The ball hit it and just stopped. It was like the old days.
Yeah.
So, but we don't have that problem here, mate. The centre square looks absolutely amazing. Can almost cut that up, roll it, and play cricket on it now.
I reckon you probably just about bat 2, Spot.
I wouldn't go that far, but you could. We'll go hark back to last week a little bit, mate. Some interesting results. By all reports, there's a 47-minute quarter at the Winchelsea and Thomson game.
Was that the last quarter?
No, it was the third quarter. I'm led to believe. I think it was the third quarter. Mitch was saying, 47 minutes.
What was the hold-up?
There was no hold-up. It is believed it might have been human error that someone set the clock at the wrong. Was that Winch? So apparently Mitch is fuming. He goes, they kicked 3 goals in that 10 minutes, So what you're saying, Mitch, was a 37-minute quarter instead of 40. That 37's still too long. That's gone 20 minutes too long. But, look, that's the beauty of our game sometimes. There is still that element of human error. You've got volunteers doing the job. We don't pay people to do things like timekeeping and that sort of stuff. So everyone puts their hand up to do a job, and sometimes things go wrong.
Yes, there will be sometimes things do go wrong, as we know. Cogsy often goes, I won't say goes wrong, but his quarters out there seem to go longer than anybody else's during the course of the season.
Not since he's been doing dry July for the last 3 years, mate. He's
straightened himself up, you reckon?
Yeah, well...
But he's a good man, Cogsy. We know that, but as I said, I've been out there, and we've been out there when you're thinking, it's a bit cold, and we wouldn't want a 25, 27-minute quarter, 35 ticks over, and Cogsy's still got his hand on the buzzer. So, look, as I said, it's part and parcel. We don't argue too much with it.
No.
Did it affect the course of the game? Well, you'd have to sit back and say maybe it didn't. I wouldn't have a clue. But as I said, the result, I wondered why it was kept going. As I said, I was following the results.
Yep.
And the last quarter was, I think I was sitting home on the couch before that actually game even finished. So
hey, Saturday started.
Yeah, so it's definitely took its toll. been able to get the final result. But anyway, as I said, the Thomson got the result in the end and probably needed to, and to be honest, Sabata. So it's kept them in that top 5 position, especially after Inverleigh out doing Belmont Lions.
Yeah,
so
knocked over Belmont, I can't
would have rocked a few.
Yeah, and that was the thing. So Thomson had the pressure on because, Inverleigh playing Belmont. No one probably expected the result to go that way. Then Thomson were trailing Winch for a fair bit of the day too. So currently here it's 3/4 time in the reserves. East Geelong at 53, leading Thomson at 22. So so that game it could have basically ended Inverleigh season not winning that one, because both Thomson and Bannockburn win. Suddenly it's a 10-point gap and it's completely out of your hands, and it's hard to come back, and you've got to win 3 of the last 6 and hope that 3 sides above you lose 3 of the top 6 to get the final 6 to get past them.
Yeah, that's what we actually spoke about, didn't we, last week? We've just been able to control things in your own destiny, and that's probably what they've been able to do now, Spide. And to be honest, probably the bye now suits Inverleigh probably more than anybody, because they'll allow players to have that extra week that may have been possibly coming back from injury, and obviously the overseas travellers will be back in town as well, and that will make a hell of a difference to them when they come back after the bye. I wouldn't be surprised. There's probably 5 or 6 inclusions coming back into that side, and that will strengthen them again. But having said that, again, it just goes to show that if you're out there and you're able to put your best foot forward, and everyone has that little bit of contribution towards a game of footy, that can cause an upset. And that's probably what a lot of people would have seen that result last week, I would have thought, was a bit of an upset. But it was a good win for them to have, and they definitely needed to keep their season alive.
Well, it does lead into, there's 2 interesting games to say today. The one we're calling Thomson East Geelong is very interesting. So is Bannockburn and Winch, because Inverleigh play Belpost still at home next week.
Yep.
Now, you'd like to think, all things being equal, that they will take 4 points next week.
That's correct.
So if Thomson and Bannockburn drop, it brings it back to 2 points. So that really opens things right up. Or if one of the two sides, so if Thomson get beat or Bannockburn get beat and Inverleigh win next week, well, your 2 points, you'd think the way the season's unravelling for Belpost still at the moment, there could be a bit of percentage in that game too for Inverleigh. Not that it matters, because they had the draw.
Yep.
But as I said, things might open up a little bit their way if Thomson or Bannockburn aren't on their middle and can't sneak a win today.
Well, as I said, Bannockburn obviously will lose probably 2 of their kids back to the Falcons.
Well, they lost 3 today. It's 3. So they've lost Elzinger and Hose today, and I can't think of the other one. There's another young bloke out too. So
so they lost 3 out of their side. So
yeah,
they do make a difference. As I said, just watching them last week, just their efforts in and around contests to be able to get to a contest, and then obviously to be able to chase and bring blokes down from behind. It's just their ability to win that possession of the ball and then get out the other side or forward of the ball and run and make some opportunities for the side down further down the ground. That they were definitely influence in that game last week, and as I said, with those couple out, obviously I'm not too sure who they brought in or whether
Brody Harding's come in, the one you said.
Well, actually,
last
I was
week.
pretty impressed with him last week.
Yep.
As I said, you sit back and you watch a game of football, of reserves football, and he was just a kid that actually stood out in the game. He actually got the ball, and when he got it, he didn't wait for things to happen. He made things happen. So, and I reckon that's a pretty good part of kids' game if they can be able to do that. And actually, speaking to Rick during the that halftime break up there, he reckons the next one that's coming along, his other son, is probably just as good and might just have that little bit more grunt in him as well. So there's still good kids coming through their junior program.
So what you're saying is Ricky's got a favourite then? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he just basically said the other one's probably got a bit more go in him. That's basically how he summed it up. He said they're both good footballers, but the other bloke had a bit more grunt. As I said, that doesn't hurt in the game of football. But again, as I said, as long as they use it in the right way. But they just there was 3 or 4 kids there last week I hadn't seen play before. They were impressive. I just want to go back and just mention their names. Obviously, Cam Elliott was one. Austin Marnie was another, and Callum McCarthy was the other bloke. And I hadn't seen them play before, but evidently he's just recently come back from having some I think a leg injury or knee injury or something previously. But they didn't. All 3 of them looked to be definitely good players, and I think Bailey Alford, I don't know how long he's been back on their side, and as I said, young Aston Phillips is another one.
Yeah.
So they've got some good young kids there, and when you speak to Ronnie and he's buoyed by the I suppose what those young kids bring. And he's definitely suggesting to me that, if they are at their best and can play their best football, he thinks they can match it with most sides in the competition. So that leads all very well if they can get these other kids back from the Falcons towards finals football, especially when they get to St Albans on those bigger grounds. It'll be very, very handy.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm not sure how the Falcons are lining up at the moment, whether they're winning games or not, because I don't tend to read the local paper, and it's a nightmare trying to find their scores. So I'm not sure how they're actually going, but if they're travelling okay, you'd like to think they probably won't get them back. But if they're sort of struggling to make the top 8 or whatever it is in the under-18 comp these days, they may get them back. And as you said, you're very right. Come August, September, young leagues on those grounds make a huge difference.
Yeah, they will. And as I said, they've also got young Perkins to come back into that side as well.
Course.
Now, I'm not too sure how far he is away. I know he was, I saw him just the other weekend, and he did have his foot in the moon boot still, so it suggests to me that he's still probably 2 or 3 away at least. But as I said, he's another bonus coming back in. He'll be fresh, and obviously need a little bit of football under his belt before he gets to finals. But having him as an extra player coming back in will be very handy for their back line as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few players, I think, as you said, that this sort of bye doesn't hurt. As much as it's probably not ideal to have it the same weekend as the AFL Barwon decided to have a complete competition bye as well. So you've basically got 4 games of footy on today, 2 in Geelong, 1 in Werribee and 1 in Bannockburn. So, but the bye, it hasn't come at a bad time for a few. You said, if the boys even got stranded overseas for another couple of days, they've still got time to get back to Inverleigh. I know Balpo still have got Godwin, that we were very impressed with against Coria. He could have played last week.
Yep.
But they said no, we've got the bye or this split round, so they're going to bring him back next week as well. So I think they'll get a couple more back as well. I know Bo Collins had his first game back and got knocked out.
Yep.
So he's the 21 days.
He'd be right for that game then?
No, the week after.
So he's missed this week, next week.
And then following. Then
yes.
So he missed this week, next week, then he'll play the following week.
This was his second week. Not,
yeah, so he's but even they'll get some players back too. So that's got to help because they're a very young side as we know, but that's got to help them get through. Thomson, I know they've we said they've got a couple in, a couple out across this week. East Geelong, couple of big ins as well, and. Even West have been a lot more competitive the last 2 weeks since the King's birthday weekend bye, because they must have got an influx of players back too. So the byes don't hurt, do they?
Well, they don't. As I said, sometimes it comes at a bad time because you just get things rolling and you want to keep that game rolling. But then others, as I said, Spotter, with blokes with injuries and whether it be short-term, long-term, and blokes overseas, it just gives them the extra week back on the track to start getting himself prepared for the final 5 or 6 weeks, whatever it is, in the season. And as I said, maybe freshens a little, freshens them up a bit. Unfortunately, the blokes with injuries, you just don't know. They want to get back, have some continuity in their football. Wilson obviously a broken thumb, I think, at one stage, so he'll be a bonus if he can get back in, because that extra week, just a little bit more strength in that finger if he's doing the work on it. It makes all the difference. Blokes with that hamstrings, leg injuries, it'll give them that time to settle themselves down and really be an important part of the last 5 or 6 games. Yeah,
you're right. And as I said, with that to go, it's things are tightening up. I said you've probably got 6 sides that can make the 5 still. North Geelong have been very impressive. Who would have picked they're going to be 6-6 at the half, at the 12 game round? I think unless even the most optimistic internally might have, hoped for a 4-8. But to be 6-6, they've done really, really well, and taking Anarchy next week, so another big test for them as well. But it shows what happens, I suppose, if you recruit smart and you don't get a lot of injuries. And I suppose, as Ricker did, set the foundations from the start where, a couple of players did the wrong thing, mate, and
set them out.
Better players, he dropped them.
Yep,
he dropped them. So, you've got to give them a lot of credit. They've done very, very well. Look, they're probably still thinking they can make finals, but when you're at least 2 games out, as they are with 6 to play, the odds are stacked heavily against you.
You'd like to have a look at their draw spot, as you said, but again, they've got to beat Anarchy and Anarchy. That'd be important.
Well, that's a start.
And Anarchy, other than probably last week, their performances against top-level sides hasn't been too bad. I just felt last week, if they had been able to kick a couple of early goals, they could have actually probably made a bit more of an impression towards Bannockburn, but I think their first 5 or 6 shots for goal were all behinds, and that sort of sits you behind, especially if Bannockburn kicked 1 or 2. So, look, as I said, it won't be easy for them to go to Anarchy, and I just, as I said, that'll be their first stepping point. As I said, if they're going to have any chance of making it, they've probably got to win all 6.
They have to win all 6.
Yeah, they'd have to win all 6 to get themselves up into that top 5. And the other sides would then, obviously, as I said, have to fail on 3 or 4 occasions.
They've got North Geelong's draw is Anarchy next week, Winch.
Yep.
At home.
Yep.
Bannockburn at Bannockburn.
Yep.
Then they have, where are we? Next one is Thomson at home. They beat Thomson early in the year.
Yes, they did.
By a point.
Yep.
Then they have...
And by all reports, they had a chance to beat Bannockburn as well.
Yeah, and Werribee a tough one.
Be tough, yes.
Very tough. And around 18, they finish off with Belmont at home.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they do make it, Spider, they deserve it. Absolutely will deserve it, because they've got 4 of the top 5 sides. I think the only one they don't play is Inverleigh again. So that's an enormous...
They don't play, each time's only they don't play in the top 5.
Yeah, so I reckon that's an enormous challenge for them. So I'll give it to Pete and all the boys out at North Geelong and wish them all the best, but I reckon you might be up against it just this year to get into that top 5 now after hearing that.
If they make it there.
You can understand why.
they'll probably win it from there. Maybe might be like the Anarchy side of 94, where they lost their first 4 or 5 and just came over with a massive run and won the flag. But I don't think North are quite at that level. But look, they're an interesting case. I mean, obviously it's going to be a slow build there, and we'll see what happens. They'll probably turn it around a lot better than what they had to start with. So, hey, the great man John Mitchell has wandered into the new Bat Cave. So
Get in.
Couldn't get. Well, that's the idea, mate. We invite people over and leave them standing outside. I wonder if he knows how to use these headphones like he does on hashtag.
It's all good. It's all good, Spider.
As you said, with Grubby not here, I did mention to Mitch this morning after our hour of Andy sending everyone to sleep.
Has Mitch got a higher seat or something?
Yeah, that's the one that's up for Grubby. That's the one made up for Grubby, yeah.
I'm bigger than Grubby.
Oh, there you go.
They put legs on that for Grubby to make it a bit higher. Welcome to the box. The longest-serving mayor in City Road Geelong history, John Mitchell. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, Spidey. Yourself?
Yeah, very well, mate. Of course, Thomson life member and legend. Played over 400 games for the Thomson Football Netball Club. His beloved Tigers. He's given up the afternoon sitting over there drinking cups of tea to come and join us in the box, mate. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here, Spider, and probably get more sense over here, I'd imagine, than what I'd get over in the box, but over the other side. But Andy Richards will be over there trying to pester me and things like that. So, no, hopefully it's a good game today, Spider. It's great conditions. Ground's in perfect nick. My dog come down here and had a poo on the centre square this morning. So,
little Maxie?
Maxie took him for a walk after being in on hashtag. So, yeah, it's all good.
Just so you didn't take Andy for a walk after you've been through your wallet, mate. It could have been a bit of a mess out there.
Could have been, yeah.
Anyway, no, Mitch, we're sort of doing a bit of summary of what's been happening around. Obviously, the split round, it makes it hard. And just
disappointing, the honest truth.
No, we know that. So we're just sort of seeing where sides are. And they'll probably come at a good time. Because what we might do is throw it to Steelo for a quick break. Then we'll come back and try and dissect the 3 games we've got for the day. What do you reckon, Dale?
A good idea, Spider.
All right, Steelo, you there, mate? Oh, don't worry about the going to it. A few chances to round up what we were talking about.
I might need a list of players. That's the bloody thing.
Yeah, mate, there's 2 of them right there.
Tell you who's not playing.
I already know who's not playing. There's the Thomson one.
Okay, right.
I've got it, mate.
Pity I can't see him.
Maguire and Freeman.
Warren Freeman are out. Boyd's playing.
Boyd's not playing. Boyd's playing.
Well, that's the list they go.
Well, he must have passed the fitness test because he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. And he hurt himself in the last drill of the night on
Thursday night.
Yeah.
And Plumbing Oval, Richmond Crescent, home of the East Geelong Football Eagles. Gents, there's only three games today. As I said, we took to a break, so we've got about 20 minutes till the big one here kicks off. We'll have a look at the other two games first and see what interest is there. Obviously, out at the Victoria Parkdale, Bannockburn are taking on Winch. Mitch, you've seen Winch firsthand last week for about 6 quarters.
Yeah, it was the longest quarter I've ever seen. It reminded me of Eddie Dare in the 70s when we were playing in a final and we went about 40 minutes because he was the timekeeper. But this one went for 47.
47 minutes. So Bannockburn, they were very good last week, Dale. I mean, obviously, Anarchy didn't kick straight in the first quarter, as you touched on a bit earlier, which probably put them out of the game. But I think even after quarter time, Banno did dominate play and Kieran Fulton was just immense.
He definitely started the game well, Spider, and then his first 3 quarters were enormous, as you said. Not only a bloke from that size just around the ground, but when he went forward, and I said to you before the game, I hope Ronnie doesn't take him off the ground and they lob him in the goal square as a target for them, and that's what they basically did. And he was very good for most of the day, and that sort of set them up early, along with the young kids in their side. Unfortunately, some of those kids are now gone back to Geelong Falcon duties. And look, as I said, the last time I think they played Winch over there, Ronnie was very impressed with the size of their midfield and how good they work together. So they've got a capable side over there at Winchelsea, and coming across to Bannockburn today, this is going to be a real challenge for them, I think, after last week. So they'll need to be on their ball. As I said, they've got some good young kids. They're going to rely upon the same sort of blokes to be able to kick some goals. Joshy Kunska at centre half forward probably needs to play. He gets up the ground a fair way, but he's one bloke that probably, if he can put 2 or 3 goals on the board, a bit like Darcy Troop here this afternoon, he's Sam the last couple of weeks has been able to do that for the Thomson side, and that's what Josh will need to do today for Bannockburn to have any chance of winning that game of football. And it's not just him alone, but there are obviously others blokes in the forward line, but he's pretty important to him, especially with as you said, Kieran Fulton playing in the ruck, so he's the tall option down there. They've got some other good blokes down there. As I said, the blokes they've got from Leopold this year have been very good. Wilson is really good mover. I'm not too sure whether he's actually hit his straps fully just yet, but hopefully he will find that for them in the next couple of weeks. And also, I think the other bloke played in the half forward line. Can't think of his name now, Spot. He got a couple of goals last week as well, I think, in the forward line for them.
Mayborn.
Mayborn, he was okay. There's another bloke further down the list there somewhere. But anyway, they've got the task with them today. And as I said, if Winchelsea get out of the blocks early, then they're doing some chasing, which they've let other sides do during the course of the year. They could find themselves in a bit of trouble. I think Bannockburn will get the job done at home, but I reckon it's going to be a real strange game of football out there, and I think it could be chasing some tail at some stage.
As I said, Mitch, you've seen Winch firsthand last week against your boys, Thomson. Mate, thoughts?
Well, they're pretty strong in the midfield. Winch, they move the ball well. They probably didn't start as well as they should have either. So they've probably got to get out of the blocks. And I'd suggest on what's happened for most of the year, they've lost a lot of games by under 2 goals, things like that. So they've got to start well. They did kick 3 goals in the second quarter when the quarter went for 47 minutes, so they're obviously fit enough. Our blokes were looking to come off the ground, to tell you the truth, even to the point where they sent someone up from the bench and said, how long's this quarter going to go for?
About a week.
About a week. But anyway, look, they were good, but in saying that, they were 3 goals in front early in the last quarter and got run over and beaten by 2. So... they are. You can get them. I believe that Bannockburn. Now, my early tip for the flag, Bannockburn. To tell you the honest truth, I'm very impressed with. I've been very impressed with them on occasion. But Kieran Fulton is certainly the key to them. He should never go off the ground, Dale. He's just someone who can ruck and then be pushed forward and kick goals. So I think that's the secret to Bannockburn today. They never used to get beat out there, but they've lost 3 or 4 at Victoria Park Spider this year. So that's something they would want to arrest. There's no doubt that having those 3 young fellas go back to the Falcons will hurt them. But I just reckon Bannock at home, and they need to win, because if they don't win, and Inverleigh do, they will be 2 points, only 2 points in the 4. So those last 3 spots are certainly up for grabs. So the reality to it all is that they need to win and win at home. And if you're going to be a good, strong final side, you must win at home against the side that's probably 3 or 4 games below you. So I'm going to pick Bannockburn in a real close one, Spider.
Had a text message come through the text line, mate.
Yeah, so Andy knows I'm in here.
About time they got someone sensible in the box from Grubby himself.
Grubby, good on you, Grubby. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I said, I think Dale said you're right. Winch have got a very potent centre line, but I think so did Bannockburn. I think Bannockburn's in, and Dale's been very, very strong. I think Grubby's mentioned it too, that, as you said, Mitch, with Fulton, he's got to keep him on the ground.
Oh, he's a key, mate. He's like, he's a man mountain, and can play in the middle. He can hold you up, down, back, and he's just such a great target up forward. I would never have him off the ground, to tell you the honest truth. Never.
Yeah, I totally agree. No, actually, we made that comment during the broadcast last week. As I said, I just said that I hope we keep Ronnie, just leaves him to full forward and let him have his little bit of a spell. As you see, he's going to get that down there. But as I said, the Winchelsea goal kicker, Simmons, is the bloke that's probably been the bloke that's been getting goals on a regular basis for them. Not just 1 or 2 weeks, but right through. Every time since we've seen him, 4 or 5 weeks back, he's been getting in his name in the paper every week. Gould's another bloke that's up forward, that's got the ability. And Lee Ellis probably has had some good ones, but hasn't had many big ones that we know he's capable of. So it could be just about due. Now, if he has a day out there today, then obviously that makes it also very hard for the Bannock back line. But they were good last week. As I said, the Bowden boys both good, I thought, doing their job down back, and they just fill that little role very nicely. So interested to see where they go today, but definitely a challenge that they'll have to meet head on. Yeah, no, you're right. All right, up to the duck pond, where Grubby will probably wonder if he's if the vitamin C kicks in and he goes all right. Where are we taking on West? Who Dale just said before you come in, Mitch, that West, ever since the King's birthday bye, have improved. They probably should have beaten Bannockburn at Bannockburn, and then they were in front against North Geelong last week and got overrun. So obviously that's the injured players coming back with lacking a bit of fitness. Yeah, that's a worry for Bannock if West nearly beat them, though, isn't it? Well, they were 40 points up. Yeah, I think somewhere through in the third quarter they said they were 40 points up. So they definitely played a better brand of football, but Mitch, their big thing, I suppose, is they've got to be able to do that consistently. Yeah. Like, they can play in patches and obviously and play well, but it's their downtime that's been hurting them previously. And obviously getting some players back, some quality players back, has definitely helped their cause. Yeah. But like when you go up to Werribee, it's a big challenge. As I said, I'm not too sure Daly. He must be just about due to come back. So
he's not playing today.
He's not playing again today.
Caliver's not playing.
What about the bloke from
Andrews?
Andrews. What about him?
Well, he was back at Werribee at one stage.
He
went back, but
he wasn't allowed to play, Dale, when Werribee had the bye. That's why he didn't play for when Werribee and the VFA had the bye. That's why he didn't play for Werribee Centrals that week. Okay, he wasn't allowed to. So which I find strange.
Culliver's out. Daly's still out. Halloran's out.
Well, Halloran was basically just. He's
not running the ruck after Daly went out.
He's been good because he sort of was their centre forward. He was playing forward because Linehan Cunningham, he was back, and they got a few other.
Linehan Cunningham's still out.
He's still out, is he?
Well, they've got some to come in. They've got some to come in then, so that's got to make them stronger, isn't it?
Sutton was the other bloke that hasn't played for a little bit of time as well.
He's in today.
So, there you go. So he may have to ruck for them then, if that's the case.
Well, I'm just looking through their list, and maybe Leonard could go in.
Yeah, Benny Leonard, I wouldn't think they'd put him in there. But, they'd have to be more Josh Sutton, I would think.
I'm just looking through it. Maybe you could play Josh McDonald in there, mate, the way he jumps.
Well, he's not afraid to jump, but maybe not in those circumstances, Spider. But look, it's going to be that will be different for them because, as I said, they've relied on those two blokes pretty heavily to do their ruck work.
Well, that Henry Egan's in. I think he played the game. Was it Egan that played the game? No, it wasn't. It was the who was the young bloke that came in that played that day that we were out there against East Geelong. I can't think who it was now. No. Young tall kid. No, it might have been. It might be that Henry Egan I'm thinking of. He played in the two. It might be that Egan I'm thinking. So he's obviously coming to do the ruck work.
Yeah, well, as I said, I think I don't think that's going to change the real influence because Reece Ginn is the ruckman for West. Now, while Reece Ginn has been in their better players nearly every week, and he does a great job. There's not a lot of him, so he's not an overly tall bloke. So it's not as if he's going to be in there and knocking you around. So he's just a bloke that can run and jump at the ball and gives an honest contest, and that's half the battle at this level of football. If you can get someone that can do that week in, week out, it does provide that little bit of an opportunity for you to win possession from the middle of the ground. Yep. But as I said, if they have to use something in there against him, I don't think that's going to be a big deterrent for the Werribee side. They play some good football, Spy. They've been really good right through the whole season, and I can't see them falling over today against West. As I said, it will be, I suppose, a bit of a challenge early on, but I think the longer this game progresses, I think you'll find the margin will also drift out, and I think they'll win quite comfortably, to be honest.
Mitch?
Yeah, no, look, I couldn't agree more. Look, I reckon where Werribee gets most sides on the outside, not the inside. To tell you the honest truth, they move the ball well. They get on the outside. They run the ball from one end of the ground to the other, and they are in tip-top form, to tell you the honest truth. I just can't see West. West, every year we hear about West. They've recruited this one, recruited that one. I don't know whether, Dale, they get up the Great Western and start spruiking up there because you're always on their bandwagon nice and early. But,
well, they mightn't leave the Stadios early enough, mate.
So the reality to it is they've been decimated with injuries this year, and it's, there's got to be, I reckon that, when you're playing, you're sort of a dual team where you've got a team in the GFL and a team in the GDFL. I just can't understand why you can't move up and down between the two for a certain period of time, So, and you can on permits, I understand that, but I just think that that's the way of the future,
So what are you saying? That Thomson need to unite with St Albans?
We want some players that can play at our level, so we wouldn't be going to St Albans.
No, what I'm just saying, if you go to a Lions club with that sort of situation...
Well, that's what you do. Yeah, absolutely.
I can understand what you're saying and why they can't do it, but it becomes a little bit of an unfair advantage if you're able to drag blokes back.
Absolutely.
But I can see that the benefits that would come from that up to a certain point. And we're talking probably about Lloyd last week, What does he do? Does he now make a decision that he comes and plays for Annecy the rest of the year, or does he stay at Wangaratta or Warwickville or wherever he was going to?
He's lost the point. He's been cleared every week, He hasn't played on permits. He's been cleared back and forth every week.
That's what they're saying. That's now stopped, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it stops at the end of the month.
But he would have had to make a decision which way he was going to go.
He was always going back, mate. From my understanding was he was always going back. But he was playing enough games to lose a point. And probably be back next year. One would imagine. That's what the word is.
No, that's good. If that's the case, then I've got no problem. I've got no problem with him doing what he did. But I couldn't understand the benefit to either club, but obviously if that's the reason
supposedly,
he would come back.
Well, he's gone back to his home club for a year. That was the thing. So he's played his home club for a year, then he'll,
So he must just play all the home games for his home club or something up there.
Not a bad idea. I played Super Rules for a year, mate. I played all the home games.
He obviously lives local this way.
Yeah, he lives local. Yeah, he lives local. Like I tried to do it years ago with Newtown. When I was president of Thomson.
Yep.
I tried to do it years ago. I reckon I can't see any reason why GDFL clubs can't align with GFL clubs, and you've got your GFL side as your first, your second side would be your GDFL club, your third side would be your GFL reserves, and your fourth side would be the GDFL reserves. You'd play under two different names. Say if it was St Mary's, it'd be St Mary's would play in the GFL, and Thomson would play in the GDFL.
Yep.
I just reckon that, especially for inner city clubs and clubs with not a great, unable to attract a lot of growth through their juniors, I think it's got some merit. But you've got to think outside the square sometimes, and people will be up in arms and say, "What would you do that for?" Well, guess what? 20 years ago, St Mary's were just about doomed, and they looked at amalgamated with Geelong Amateur.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, lad, 2 wins, Werribee West. Werribee, is it?
Yeah, Werribee for me.
Yeah, Werribee comfortably.
Yeah, I think so.
On to today's game. As we spoke about, Dale, it's if Thomson don't win this one and Inverleigh beat Belpost Hill as probably expected next week, it does close that gap.
Yeah.
East Geelong...
And Thomson play Bannockburn next week, or the following week.
Yeah. So... East Geelong now beaten every side in the comp after the shock loss to Belpost Hill in round 1, and are certainly travelling a nice trajectory, apart from what they've Buffoon said this morning, the gumboot mate, when he keeps saying, they've got to have a bad game, That was Andy Richards. He has this thing about sides have to have bad games. I don't subscribe to that theory.
He's a Richmond supporter, so he's probably used to it.
We don't know. We haven't got good game. Yes.
If you don't have a bad one, it's probably now would be a better time. Before you step into your finals campaign.
Well, we had our worst game in the grand final last year. You don't want that to happen.
No.
So on to today's game, lads. Watson Searle back in for his first game for the year for East Geelong is a big inclusion. Obviously, Maguire, McLeod and Freeman are out for Thomson, but so is McLaughlin's out as well for East. He's gives their drive off the half-back line. So a couple of big ins and a couple of big outs for both sides, Dale.
Yes, you're right there, Spider. Ben Melville into the side last week and obviously straight back into their better players. Now, obviously, whether he serves his time in the reserves, that's probably the plan to come back through there. But that is a bonus for them. So they've been able to get him back into the side. As you said, Watson Searle come back in. So that now changes their structure up forward just that little bit more. We know that he's more of a leading player when Smith can just read the ball and the fly of the ball coming in, but he's also can be a lead-up player. They're both able to kick goals. So they're strengthening their forward line and giving some more options towards goal. As we said, Ezard has been okay. There's been days where I think he's been really good. There's been days where I think he can do a lot more. So he's for me the key for them going forward. If he can get himself involved in a game of football and kick some goals, take marks, as I said, a bloke at 6'6" or taller has to have a fair impact on a game of football. And if he can do that on a regular basis going forward, then there's no reason why East Geelong can't continue on their winning run. The only good thing I liked from the Thomson side of things, as I said before, and that's to see Darcy Tribb actually getting on the scoreboard. I reckon he's had probably a pretty quiet year. Now, there might be people that disagree with what he's been doing, and I know he's done a bit of ruck work. One game we saw he did more ruck work than he did forward line work. But for me, Darcy Tribb's got to be a permanent centre forward. He is a good lead-up player. He is a good marker for football, and he can kick a football also, Spider. So that's where he's got to play. And I think with him back there playing some good football, Mitch has already mentioned Jacob Knight before coming into the side over the last couple of weeks, and he's finding his feet and kicking goals at a regular basis. And Hennessy is another bloke that seems to be also finding the goals on a regular basis. So now with not Freeman not in that side, but those three blokes in that side, and as you said, the two or three others to come back in, is going to make them a very strong side when they get to St Albans and have a good mix of lead-up players and also some good goal-kicking options. So
who wins, mate?
Look, I still think East Geelong haven't done too much wrong in my time since I've watched them. We've seen them probably more than anybody else this year. Again, if they can continue on what they've been able to do, I think they win the game. Will the margin be great? I don't think so.
Well, Grubby's just texted in and said that Egan is in the ruck for Irby. So, Mitch, thoughts on today's game, mate?
Yeah, look, I think it'll be a hard task for Thomson, to be quite truthful. A player that's out of this side that no one's mentioned, and I reckon he's a 60-metre player every time he gets the ball, is Leighton Tholberg. And he's missing today. So on this big wide ground, I think it would have suited him down to the ground. So he's one that certainly isn't there.
He hasn't played a lot for you though this year.
He's played 4 or 5. Yeah, he's played it. He plays enough, but he's a good player. Does he
work where?
He works in Melbourne. He's now got a job in Melbourne, so he'll be missing for the next few weeks because he's going away along with Billy Smets, who's they're going away, but he'll be back round 16. But they knew that before they signed Billy. And talk about Billy Smets, he's the key to any game we play because he kept us in it when we were going bad last week, and he'll do the same today. One of the things I would suggest about the Thomson Football Club is they've probably got the smartest coach in the comp. And what he does dissect the opposition, and he does coach for the opposition. It's not just the same every week. So they had done a bit of work on Thursday night on that. So let's hope and see if they can't do any better. Look, in all honesty, I think East will win, but I think Thomson come finals time, and I know you said there's only 2 or 3 out. I can name 5 that will go into this side straight away. So
well, Zach Plant's out too.
Zach's out, But anyway, he's got a crook back, so we'll see what happens there. But I think as long as they bring effort As long as they bring effort and they have a crack, they're a chance. But on East's home ground, over the years they haven't beaten us very often, so every opportunity they get, they certainly will have a crack. So a bloke that I think is one of the most underrated players in the GDFL is a bloke by the name of Stephen Seligent.
Oh, we don't underrate him here, mate.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that do, and I tell you what, can he play? But anyway, East will probably get over the line. I hope it's close. I hope Thomson win. But as long as they bring effort, that's all we can go on. It looks like troops starting in the ruck.
Yeah, well, it looks like East Geelong are kicking to the Cadinia Park end here. And Thomson obviously kicking to the where Mitch parks his car in that in the playground over the back.
Oh yes, on Parker. Jeez, that was a masterstroke, wasn't it? Hey, straight through the fence into the playground. We'll get 650 off the council. That's a masterstroke.
So it looks like we're all set. And you're right, Mitch. It looks like Darcy Troop is lining up. Dale, over to you, my friend.
Well, that's, I reckon, the first mistake, for the day. Darcy Troop into the ruck, but the game is about to start. Sobey doing the ruck work. Troop also in there. Ball from the middle of the ground. It hasn't come out. There's a free kick being given straight away, and it's going to go to Billy Smets in the middle. So Smets now with the ball. He goes quickly into their half-forward line. Out wide, kicks okay. Ball hits the ground. It's going to travel towards the boundary line. Players will see it over the boundary line. Yes, they will. In front of the club rooms here at the... Civil and whatever it is, Oval.
Oswald Plumbing and Civil, mate.
Knight's hurt his finger there.
Gobful.
He broke a tendon in his finger 2 weeks ago, and I just noticed him go for that ball and he's holding his hand already. That's not a good sign.
So the ball thrown back in by the umpire again. This time Troop gets the ball to the front of the contest, into the hands of Smets. Handball goes out the back. Sheedy took the tackle and was taken a little bit high. So free kick goes to Sheedy. Handball goes off very quickly, run from behind. Jacker puts the ball into their half-forward line. Ball gain at ground level now. East Geelong got the handball out and it went straight into the hands there of Crombie. He was tackled straight away. Umpire, right thing there, in very quickly. And we'll have a ball up just inside forward 50. Cam putting his hand up, says, I'm going to do the ruck work down here. Sobey also now there. Ball from that contest. It comes out. A little quick kick goes towards Sam Lowe. He did that very nicely. Got away from the opposition. Little toward kick. Wasn't that great, though. Back into the middle of the ground. Coming across. Jacker has time to pick it up. Needed every bit of it because he couldn't pick it up. And it's going to be held up once again inside the centre square. So we'll have another ball up which will take place.
I think Sammy'd like his time over again there, Dale.
Yeah, some days it just won't bounce for you, Mitch. It
exactly
bowls around. Darcy Troop does the ruck work once again into the hands. I think that's Smets once again, is it? No, it wasn't.
That was Logan
Mitchell. Yep, you're right there. So ball now sits underneath a group of players with the umpire back in very quickly once more. Another ball up which will take place. So East Geelong yet to advance the ball any further than the middle of the ground. Again, from that centre clearance, goes back towards Lowe. Tries to come out of the contest. Now in the hands of Beardsall. I don't know if
goes back to Lowe, I think.
Sam Lowe, okay. Maybe held without the ball. Goes across the ground. McIntyre in space by himself, or is it Bartel? Bartel it is. So he's got the ball now, and he's looking for his options further down. That was right the first time. Back McIntyre. Mate. Ball out wide, and Mark's been taken out there, and there's his man, Seligent.
Just good player.
Filling up the space. Did that nicely. A little low kick. That wasn't that good, though. Ball goes towards centre wing.
Wrapped him up a bit early, Dale.
just a fraction. Was Bartel that emerged with it. Now it comes out. Kerslake puts the ball back into their half-forward line. Sobey sitting back behind the ball. He takes a mark, the big fella. And he will settle things down for East Geelong. On the half-back line and looking to move the ball back towards centre wing. A long kick goes in that direction. Numbers definitely out there with Thomson. Seligent just off the back reads it again. This time his kick's a little bit better into the middle of the ground. And that's worked nicely into the hands of Donoghue. Across the ground they come. And again, this time with Smets. So right back into the middle where we started. Billy Smets with the ball. Asked to play on now by the umpire and does so, and he looks to go long into the half-forward line. That wasn't a very good kick because it went straight to Sam Lowe in space by himself. Goes out looking for Smith and over the top, Mowat. Doesn't take the mark, comes to ground. Nice little pick up there from Crombie. Goes into their half-forward line. Watson Searle saw the ball going back over the top. Ran back towards it. Just needs a clean pick-up. Can he do it inside the field of play? Only just a little dribble towards goal. And through for a minor score. First of the afternoon, the minor. East Geelong are one behind. Thomson yet to score, just on 4 minutes gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Looks to me like Osbrook is running with Smets.
It does appear that way, so the ball's been brought back in now. Mitchell applied, gave an option through the middle, but it was ignored. Long down the line there by Mowat. Pack forms, ball brought to ground. Umpires come in and said, that's gone out of bounds. We'll have a boundary line throw in between the two coaches' boxes pretty much on the far side of the ground, where the ball seems to like to stay here. No, the umpires now picked out a free kick. So, going to Thomson. Troop with the ball in hand. He plays on, goes long down the line. Plays slide, punch down there by Fanning. Picked up, wrapped up in a tackle. Ball going nowhere at all. So right in front of the East Geelong coaches' box now, we'll have a ball up. So one behind the solitary score here for East Geelong. Ball in the air now, Troop and Sobey. Troop wins that one down. It's a no one's advantage in the end. Players diving on top of the ball again. Umpire blows the whistle, wraps it up and says, we'll do it all again.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scrambling game at the minute, but that probably plays into Thomson's hands, I think, Spider.
Yeah, you're probably right, mate. You're probably right. So ball in the air again. And Sobey does win that one down the end. Ball thrown up, punch forward for East Geelong. Lands in the hands of McIntyre, gets the ball back. Drives the ball long now down the line, out in front of the Thomson coach's box. And we'll have us another result. The ball out of bounds and the throw in. Let's open it up, Dale. Hey.
This is where you need the big switch across the ground.
Yeah, we'll just drive the van round there. That'll come over this side then.
Well, they're on inside the ground, so there's plenty of space.
So the ball
like watching an AFL game.
Is a Troop wins that down in front. It is a hard quick kick here by Mitchell. Ball Queen bowls. Everybody falls over the back here. Picked up now by Hennessy. Hennessy turns around. Can't do enough with it. He's been tackled, and the umpire said incorrect disposal. So 5.5 minutes into the Morris Finance first quarter here. Kick comes back.
They're trying to spread now, Spider, East Geelong, looking at this.
So Monaghan with the ball now. Goes into Mars. Mars looking at his options. Goes short again. It's a nice option there. Finds Dixon. Bit of pressure from Knight, but Dixon's got Lee right out here. Dale, beautiful, mate, right in front of the commentary box. So Tim Lee.
They're going to go.
Defensive side of centre. Goes long down the line. Not a great kick off the boot. The ball is punched out way by Sheedy. Falls in the hands of Donoghue. Donoghue does really well to keep it in. And the old 1-2 goes back to Troop. I was going to say the 1-2-3, but didn't quite work out the way. Goes to Smets. Kept running there. Did Donoghue done really well. Drives down the line, but there is a nest of Eagles down there. Sobey puts her hands up at centre half back, takes the mark. So Jacob Sobey trips the ball out wide here. Beardsall with it now. Goes long down the line. It's a nice looking kick too. Finds a teammate on true centre wing out there. I can't see that far, Dale. Is that King?
Yeah, it is.
He's the bloke that should have won the medal a couple of years ago, Spider, but you's outvoted me.
Have you let that go yet?
No.
Anyway, King goes long, looking for Hazard. Ball punched away. First to recover. And unfortunately, it beats him over the boundary line. We've gone 7 minutes. Connect to our first quarter.
Yeah, Thomson controlled the ball a little bit through the middle, but were very poor with their last disposal. You know, you can't just run it through the middle of the ground and then kick it to a nest of East Geelong players.
So ball thrown back in by the umpire. This time Ezard up doing the ruck work. Little kick from that contest goes into the hands of Crombie. He's tackled straight away. Umpire said, I'm not too sure what he had prior opportunity, but the umpire didn't see it that way. Billy Smets, a nice tackle. He's had a number of possessions early in the game, looking for his options here, and I think he's looking to switch. He goes short, Donoghue. And he will settle down on things on the half-back line. Going to go back to Smets, so little couple of cheap kicks there.
You see Lynch down here in the half-back line trying to organise the back line to drop back and spread so they can switch the ball. They've done that now. So
there, you're right there.
Yeah.
And Salajan's going to start it off. Ball comes back to Sheedy. Sheedy's looking for another option. Short one has to go, and his kick wasn't that great towards Lynch. Went over his head and out of bounds, and so we're going to have a throw in between half forward, centre wing, East Geelong's attacking end.
You can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to switch the ball. So that's what they trained for during the week. So that's not working yet, but it will in the long term, I hope.
So Sobey with the ruck contest. Ball comes out towards low. Gathers, puts boot to ball, drives it into their half-forward line and beyond now. At the ground level, Smith kicks the ball off the ground, keeps the ball alive, goes out towards Ezard. He's in front, needs to pick the ball up, got the handball away. Mulville was there, also young Hobbs is against him. Mulville got the handball out towards Benny Crombie. He's tackled, need to get rid of it. And that was incorrect. That should have been a free kick, and it didn't. That ball comes out the back now into the hands of Lowe. Little Banana from 15 out. And Sammy Lowe has got the first of the afternoon. It is 1-1 East Geelong. Thomson are yet to score. 8.5 minutes gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
It's amazing what happens when you got a bloke just been tackled and given a 360 there and given time to get rid of it. Whereas over on the other side, the other umpire paid it basically straight away, and that's resulted in a goal to East Geelong. Good luck to them, but. you know, you got to be consistent with this umpiring, and you know, if they're paying this holding the ball or incorrect disposal, let's pay it the same all day.
Agree with you, Mitch. Agree with you. Anyway, back in the middle now, we've got Troop and Sobe to do battle. Grubbing through your text in, Sam Lowe, 3 votes. So, ball in the air now. Well, neither ruckman really got a hand to it, but busting through, Osselbrook drives East Geelong long down the line. Sargent at the back, just as you said, Mitch, just reads the ball so well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player. See Sammy Jack is in the middle of the ground now. That's an interesting move.
Well, anyway, ball driving out wide out there. Handball over the top, not really effective towards Sheedy. Punched away from him.
That was Knight down the back line.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, mate. Look, it has to be Knight. He's just probably getting a bit cold down forward, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. He's playing back now. Just looking at this.
Yeah, well, maybe they've made a move, mate, to try and break the game open a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, Troop and Sobe to do battle now. Ball in the air. Troop wins the front position, wins the tap down. But I think we have another throw in. Yes, we are. Ball just wanders over in front of Mitchell there. No relation to you, John?
No relation. He's a teammate of Osselbrook's, to tell you the truth, down at Bowen Heads. He was vice-captain of their premiership side.
Oh, fair enough, mate. Yeah. There we go. So, Troop and Sobe once again do battle. Sobe at the back here. Troop just punches that one over the back. No clean possession now. Players dive on top of it, and I think we're going to have another ball up. So, not a lot happening in this this clash early. Both sides just sort of feeling each other out, and I think you're right, probably, John, before. The third or fourth possession, the ones that are getting both sides at the moment.
Well, I think GDFL footy is a 2.5 possession game, you know, to tell you the truth. It's not very often that you can run it 3 or 4 times and have a clean getaway. Yep, it's a 2.5 possession league, I reckon.
McIntyre tried to bust through the pack, couldn't get anywhere. Troop in front just belts the ball 20 metres forward. Probably a good option in the end. Ball's handballed out there by Mitchell. Driven long down here by Thomson. The ball might run out of space, I think. What's the band jump by, I say? Yes, it has. Right in front of the social rooms here at East Geelong. Free kick now. Chipped in towards Fanning. Fanning for East Geelong. Just outside his defensive 50. Got Tim Lee right across the green who wants to use him, but I think it'll be a brave kick about now. So Fanning now looking at his options. Going to go back down the line from where it came. So the chips one over the top. Ball falls over the back. Punched over the line. We'll have another boundary line throw in. We've gone 11.5 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter here at Oswald Plumbing and Civil Oval.
Yeah, I think this is. I see Jack Stoneham has gone into the ruck, Spider.
Yep. So Sobe wins that one down the first attempt. The ball didn't really clear the pack, so we're going to have another ball up, I would suggest. In comes the umpire. That's the decision he makes. Just be wary for the 3-ball up free kick rule, lads. So ball in the air again now. Sobe wins that one down, but only as far as Sheedy.
Only
and
2
there's
ball
a free kick for holding the man. So, finally a chance to clear the congestion is McIntyre. Swings onto that favourite left foot. Goes long down the line in the Watson Searle direction. Ball punched away from him and Ezard. Knocked over the top, picked up, quick handball out. Doesn't go anywhere. King picks it up, can't do anything with it. Wrapped up. Umpire's coming in and says, I'll have it now. So, ball up about 60 metres around from the East Geelong goal. We've now ticked over 12.5 minutes.
One of the worries for Thomson here is that they can close the game up and be really good, but every 5 minutes East kick a goal, then you're in trouble. There's 4 or 5 goals behind at quarter time.
You are.
You've got to score yourself.
Yep. So another ball up coming forward.
Where has Boyd come from?
Leopold.
Okay.
Yeah, Leopold.
Just this season?
Oh, no, he was at Leopold a couple of seasons ago, then down the Warrnambool District League.
Okay.
So, good player.
Bit of size about it as well.
Yeah, good player, good hands, beautiful kick. But it's got to get to him.
Each Geelong have managed to push the ball 50 metres forward now, 20 metres out from their own goal. So we'll have another ball up. Umpires, we've got 4 umpires out there today. No, still got 3.
That's more than enough.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I said this morning, bring back Glenn James. So, one umpire rule. Up it goes. 20 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Ezard wins that one down, taps it clever into the centre, but Sheedy runs through, wrapped up. May been taken high.
The ball.
The umpire said, no, I reckon you got him high coming through, Mitch, from my angle here.
Yep.
I reckon that umpire played that way. The other one was
going to play hold the ball. Don't worry about that.
He was
like ready to go. Yeah, senior umpire overruled.
Mitch Sheedy with the ball now drives Thomson out of defence. Doesn't really go anywhere. Sobe ends up with it, tries to feed a handball out, just drops to the ground, picked up, quick kick, doesn't go anywhere again. So just outside the 50 East Geelong, the umpire just hanging around, says, I'll have this one again. Young bloke says we're going to have another ball up. It should be about the 14th or 15th for this quarter.
Yeah, they're everything to keep out there this afternoon.
Yeah.
Ball from the ruck contest goes, doesn't go too far from the contest, actually. And it's a little bit hard to see because there's not many players around the contest, but the ball has gone back under. Umpires in quickly. He will take possession of it once again. Half forward line between there and centre wing. East Geelong's attacking end, but the ball from Sobey's little kick out. Crombie also had a fresh air. He couldn't make contact. He's tackled, brought to ground. We're going to have something similar as last with another ball up taking place.
Yeah, it's a bit of a battle out there, isn't it?
It is at the moment. So Sobey gets the ruck ball going. Stoneham has the ball in his hands. He got the handball away. They work through the contest. And I'm not too sure who's trying to force his way through, but he's going to get pinged for trying to get through and not releasing the ball. Looks like Ben Mulville will be the recipient of the free kick.
Mitchell. That was Logan Mitchell, yeah.
So the handball now goes out the back into the hands of Crombie, and he loads up, goes long into their forward line. Smith's there, ball spoil from behind. Ball hits the ground. It's going to be cleaned away, and Thomson now with a short kick come out of defence into the hands of Knight. As you said, goal kicker from last week is playing a little bit behind the ball at the present time. He's looking for some options to transfer it across the ground. That's a great option. Kick. He saw that very nicely, and the mark is going to be taken out here by Lynch. He doesn't waste any time. He goes further down the field, and Kerslake has now got the ball. He swings and also goes quickly into their forward line. Boyd, best position here, up in front, didn't take the mark at ground level, picked up and cleaned away. Beardsall on the right boot, brings the ball back towards centre wing. Mulville takes a mark and plays on, goes into the hands of Ali Marsden. He delivers the ball towards Smith. He tried to kick that off the ground, I think. The
you can see what
ball's
Thomson are doing, Dale. Thomson are playing a big press and they're trying to switch the ball and get back. You see Hennessy take the ball down there and then Knight taking the ball. That's what they're doing. They're playing a massive big press.
Yep, the ball's been a free kick and he's going hold.
Massive advantage.
It would have been a massive advantage, but the umpires called it back, and it's going to go to Kerslake. So Kerslake, just defensive side of centre wing on our side of the ground, which is tremendous.
I'll let you keep going,
Yeah,
Dale.
no, I'm going to do that, Spot. I'm not going to stop now.
You can see it.
Yeah, it's nice and clear. In towards Boyd in front. Again, spoil from behind there from Lee. Sees the ball back over the boundary line, so we're going to have a throw-in, which will take place pretty close to where we sit here at the East Geelong ground. So Stoneham's now pushed up and is doing the ruck work. Sobey obviously with East Geelong doing the ruck work also. Short throw in, goes back towards Crombie. Crombie now, quick kick, goes back into their half forward line. Marker's not taken at ground level. Picked up Ezard, little quick boot into the forward line, but again, well read. Mowat this time, he takes the mark and will settle things down for the Thomson side. He's looking at his options, has players on our side of the ground. Please come this side. That's what he's going to do. And Saligan in some space further down the ground. He's got another player there for himself in Lynch. And he now decides to go short. Kick has to be good. And was. Jacker couldn't take the mark into the hands of Sobey. Out the back to Beardsall. By hand and long in towards Ezard. Out in front. Mark again not taken. Ball comes to ground. Numbers back there for the Thomson side. They go back towards the goal square, which is okay because Mowat has the ball. They maintain possession and now look to switch to the far side. Going out quickly. That's also not a bad kick, and a mark has been taken. So they've maintained possession of the ball. The kick goes towards centre wing. And again, we're looking at Thomson just moving the ball from one side to the other, and pretty effectively so far. They go towards their half forward line. Again, Boyd's out there, one hand up. Couldn't take the mark at ground level. He's kept the ball in front. Now the support comes, picked up inside by Crombie and comes back towards Sobey. And he takes the mark at the centre half back position for East Geelong. Goes towards the clubroom side of the ground, or the centre wing on that side. Mulville up in front, good hands. And he takes the mark in front. So on true centre wing, this is Austin Mulville, just looking at where he wants to go. Little short option, lead-up player, Hoff, comes at him, takes the mark.
Geez, the Beardsall brothers like to run down the side, mate, with the arms in the air, don't they?
They got 5 or 6, I think, last week, this player. He goes long into their forward line. And the kick is okay towards Ezard. Bounces in front of him. He goes back and collects it. Was tackled, brought to ground. No prior opportunity there. Umpire says, give the ball back to me. So at 18 minutes, Morris Finance first quarter, it is East Geelong. Still 1-1. Thomson yet to score.
I think Thomson are doing as well as East Geelong in general play, but it's their last kick. They're turning the ball back over, and East Geelong are moving it far better on the outside.
They picked up there. Watson Searle wrapped up in a tackle straight away. I'll have another ball up. Some 15, 20 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Mitch is there yelling, look after Zach Smith. He's coaching Thomson Cricket at the club next year. Ezard wins that tap down very quick. Again, a pack forms coming through with that. It was Donahue. Went back, tried to retrieve it. Players diving on it from everywhere again. So here we go again.
It's a bit of an arm wrestle, Spider, isn't it?
It
Tell you
is,
the
mate,
honest
it
truth,
is.
you know, there's just not much scoring in it, but a lot of packs.
A lot of packs forming, mate. It's like game last night. Anyway, ball comes out the back, running through. There was Smets, done really well with the ball. It's a handball over the top. Running onto it now, Mowat. He's got players in support coming out wide to stand up and see around the van.
Yeah, Charlie Donahue.
Charlie Donahue chips it over the top to Hennessy. Hennessy moves the ball on very, very quickly there. Smets gets it back, goes back to Hennessy. Kerslake standing there in front, offering support. So that's where he goes with it, chips it over. Kerslake, plenty of time to play on. Oh, handball's over the top of the Troop. Troop just gets up, loads it long. He was going the Boyd direction, but went the other way. So falls in the hand now of King for East Geelong. There's plenty of time, chips the ball out wide and finds Dixon, who did juggle it, but did hold the mark in the end. He's got McDonald short, but he decides to go back through the middle. The ball's going to come back this way now to Dixon. They've actually lost about 15 metres there, I think. Could have gone to McDonald first, chose not to, but he's chipped the ball across goal now, finds McIntyre. McIntyre comes in short and finds Mulville, Austin. So he's looking at his options further up the ground. Decides to go clubroom side, drives it long. Not a great option, but the ball flies over the back. Running out of space here could be Kelly, but it's picked up quick there by Fanning. Gets a handball across, bursting through is Bartel. No, it's not Bartel. It was
That's holding the ball.
Was Billy
Andrew.
Andrew. And he was wrapped up. He had the yellow boots on last time we saw him, Dale. So
maybe didn't get enough of it, Spide, so
no,
he did not wear him.
Yeah, true, mate, true. So short kick in. So Thomson now looking to set up. Ball chipped back in towards Donahue. He's on true centre wing there. His handball over the top to Smeds. Smeds goes to get round Crombie. Crombie did well to hold him up, but he's good enough to get a handball back to Donahue. Donahue on the left foot for Thomson, driving them long and forward. Boy, couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the ground. Picked up by Knight. Gets round one, gets round two. Handballs the ball across here to... that was Stoneham. Stoneham flying shot for goal. Quick left foot snap there by Hennessy. And there is Thompson's first goal for the afternoon. It's gone 21 minutes. Thomson, 1 goal. Trailing East Geelong, who were 1-1. Hennessy, nice little opportunist goal there. Mitch.
That's what he does, Jed Hennessy. He's an opportunist. He sort of hit his straps in the last couple of weeks. He's a good young fellow who, will kick you 2 or 3 goals every week. So I'd expect him to kick 2 or 3 today once again. He's an opportunist, a good mark, gets behind the defence and does it well. But Knight at centre half forward was the key to that. He shrugged off 3 or 4 tackles and moved through really, really well. So I think Thomson have got to pay a little bit more attention to Crombie, to tell you the honest truth. He's getting a lot of it.
So back in the middle we go once again. Neither up and get a hand on the ball into the hands of Mitchell. Right boot goes back into their half-forward line. Stoneham leading the race for the ball, but actually was picked up and cleaned away, and that was pretty nicely done by McDonald. On the right boot goes back towards the half-forward line. Mulville was out, spoiled from behind. Ball goes back over the boundary line. We'll have
Should I say the bloke who was best on ground a couple of years ago in the grand final?
King. Yeah, good play, young King.
He's good. That was McDonald. That was.
That was McDonald.
That was what he was best on.
Is that the what bloke we give it to?
Give it to.
He was third best.
So the ball from that ruck contest again at centre wing. Players around the contest are plenty, and the ball back with the umpire for another ball up.
When you look at each side, they've done pretty well out of that second side, haven't they? They've got some points given back to them from a few years, so they've all playing senior footy. So it's a good effort.
So Thomson now move the ball to their half-forward line. Mark not taken out there, but it's ground level, picked up again. McDonald got the handball out the back, went into the hands of King, and he got the little left boot towards centre wing. Logan Mitchell comes up, couldn't take the mark. Ground level, ball picked up again. This time by Andrew, just blazes away to their half-forward line. Ball runs over the boundary line. Umpire said, let's have a throw-in. And it will happen about 10 metres around, just beside the Thomson coach's box. I thought it might have been back a bit further, but anyway, that's all right. Doesn't really matter too much. It's not much ground there to be made up. So the ruck contest, again, Troop looked to have the hand on the shoulder from the opposition there, but the ball now kicked into their half-forward line and further beyond that goes to the pocket. Again, no player can keep the ball inside the field of play, and we'll have a throw in 10 metres around from the behind post. More
of the same, Dale, here, more of the same.
Pretty much, Mitch. As I said, we saw this a couple of weeks back, and then all of a sudden after half-time, the game really
opens up.
Changed, and they got out and got themselves going. So, ball from that ruck contest. Troop knocks it back. Again, it's still within the danger zone. Picked up again, kicked round the body, goes back towards the goal square. Now, was that touched? No, it doesn't matter anyway, because it's gone through for a minor score, and I wasn't too sure who kicked that ball then.
No,
Might have been Billy Andrew, possibly. I'll give it to him. It's not going to make too much difference in the course of the day.
Yeah, it was, mate.
1-2 to East Geelong, 1 solitary goal to Thomson. We've gone over 24 minutes. And Morris Finance first score to scoreboard.
So ball back in now by Thomson. Driven long outside 50. Ball hits the deck, picked up there by Low Lake. It's a quick handball away. Smet's done really well. Picked it up, showed the ball. Long handball down the line. Finds Troop. Troop, he can't quite pick it up. And just escorts the ball over the boundary line. So a nice long kick there. Smet's probably showed his class. Just stood his ground and weaved around a couple. And then nice little handball over the top. So Troop and Sobey between centre wing and half forward, East Geelong attacking zone. But Rove there was that by Mitchell again. Goes long down the line. Out in front of Dixon. Dixon controls the ball beautifully. Looks across at his options. Came out to Beardsall. Beardsall can take the mark now. Hold it up. He's got players leading for him out wide. That's a nice looking kick. Finds Mulville Ben. But a good contest there by
Maxie Blake.
By young Maxie Della. He brought the ball.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. Mulville goes back trying to get it again. Got players in company with him, but Della does well. Picks up. Turns the ball, kicks it long down the line again. Out in front of Boyd. Boyd, the ball bounces as it chooses with our oval-shaped ball. Boyd gets a handball out. Tim Lee does well, keeps it in. Goes back to Beardsall. Goes back to Monaghan. Monaghan feeds it back to McIntyre. McIntyre has as much time as he wants. Hits Sobey right on the chest. Sobey comes out wide. Very dangerous kick looking for Fanning, but too tall for the two Thomson players coming from either side in Hennessy and Della. So Jaden Fanning now. Goes in short to Monaghan. Monaghan now swings around, goes back. That's a horrible-looking kick, but just falls over the back there. Just overcommitted was Smets. McIntyre goes, pick it up, doesn't. In the end, gets a quick handball away. So Dixon now for East Geelong. They have not advanced any fact. They've gone back 35 metres. Monaghan takes the mark, chips ball across the big ruckman in Sobey again. Sobey has Fanning short down the line. That's where he goes to. Jaden Fanning now has a bit of time to steady, look up, goes towards Bartel, but a great effort there, picked up by Regan Kerslake, throws on the boot nice and quick, and puts it out of bounds about 25 metres round from the Thomson goal. It's probably the most exciting bit of play we've had in, 26 minutes, Dale?
Yes, it was back and forth with the ball.
It was sideways, it wasn't back and forth. It was just
back and forward sideways, doesn't matter which way it was going, it wasn't going far.
It wasn't going fast.
It was actually moving.
It's staying in the area, Dale.
So in the zone.
So he just uses the body, pushes out, and the umpire has spotted that. So
not moving that well, Boyd. He's got a little bit of a calf. He's come back from a calf, so he's usually a fairly reliable kick, so we'll see. But he's just not moving with that fluency that he usually does.
So Lucas Boyd will probably be kicking from about 45. If there is a breeze, it's probably into his face from here. So Sobey on the mark comes in with a nice view of it. He's hit the boot. It's not a great kick off the boot. You mozzed him, Mitch. So that's Boyd's first behind the first for Thomson. Thomson 1-1-7, trailing East Geelong 1-2-8. We have gone 27 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Yes, look, the ball's been locked in Thomson's forward line for the last couple of minutes, so that's probably the first time that's happened today. They've walked it out fairly comfortably, but it's been locked in there. It's a real arm wrestle at the minute, real tussle.
So Ali Mar's doing the kicking and duty, so he's going to come this side of the ground. He comes out long, gets over the outside 50. Sobey taps the ball back inside nicely towards Andrew. Andrew over the top, went looking for his teammate Bartel, but it's going to be picked off there by Sheedy. He looks at his options and goes back into the middle of the ground. A dangerous kick, but it's thought it was going to turn out all right. The mark wasn't taken though at ground. Picked up by Osselbrook, goes back to Beardsall. Beardsall now back and further afield. He goes towards his teammate, and Dixon goes out wide. Mark is taken out there by Benny Crombie once again. So Crombie now, he's looking at his options. Players are running past, but he's going to come across the ground. Dangerous into the hands of Hoff. He's usually got a good pair of hands. Was pushed in the air. Probably a free kick there, and the was being paid by the umpire. So Hoff now, he looks to go along the line. That kick wasn't great either because he's kicked it straight to his an opponent, and that was Sheedy, so in some space. He delivers the ball back into a dangerous kick, a dangerous spot. The kick wasn't good. Handball comes out into the hands of King, gets around one, loads up and goes long into their forward line. Hazard's the target. Numbers are with the Thomson defence, and they kick the ball wide, go back outside as the siren sounds, and we are going to have would have been a throw-in, but unfortunately the siren has gone. That ends the first quarter, which went just over 28 minutes. At this stage, it is East Geelong 1-2 leading Thomson on 1-1. Goal kickers to this stage of the game, Sam Lowe for East Geelong and Jed Hennessy for the Thomson side. Take a short break, come back, go through everything that's happened here in the first quarter. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
We are back here at Oswide Plumbing and Civil Oval, where we have East Geelong, the home side, 1-2-8, leading Thomson, who are 1-1-7. Haven't just stepped outside the box, Mitch. The wind seems to have swung around a little bit. It's coming more across the ground now, blowing towards the social rooms. Brad, our cameraman, was just pointing out when he's watching the ball through the camera, when they're trying to switch this way, it was holding up.
Yeah, right.
So that adds a little bit more of a dynamic to the game, to switch to break it open. Probably why the players on the far side of the ground a bit more often.
Yeah, well, it's probably right too, Spider, but the reality to it is I believe and have always believed that bottom end, the Caninian Park end, is always the scoring end on the Richmond Crescent Oval for some reason, whether it's it just seems to be easier to score from that end. And I would imagine that Thomson would be reasonably happy with the first quarter. I know it wasn't very, it didn't look very pretty. It wasn't that entertaining, but to be a point behind at quarter time against the top side on their home deck, I think you'd be fairly comfortable with. You can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get their players behind the ball and then switch the ball and bring and kick over the top like a bit of an old pagan's paddock. Yep. If it was me, and it's not me, I would certainly put Troop back to centre half forward. I agree wholeheartedly with what Dale says. I'd put Troop back to centre half forward, and I'd put Jordan Cam in the ruck. Now, that might happen in the second half. I don't know. If I was the Thomson coach, I'll be paying a fair bit of attention to Crombie. Early doors low was fairly effective, but he went out of it a little bit. It's all in all, it's a fairly good game, but it's very, very even. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this quarter. One of the things at the huddle, if you look at the Thomson huddle, they're all standing there with their arms on each other's shoulders around their necks. So this means a fair bit to them. If they win today, they can set their season up, to tell you the truth. I'd expect this game to go right to the wire, but entertaining. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but I reckon that it's very evenly poised. Charlie Donohue's getting a bit of the footy for Thomson. Crombie's getting a bit of it for East Geelong. Billy Smets is having an influence. Logan Mitchell is having an influence. I think the Beardsall boys have been going well. So we need Thomson need a couple of their senior players like Sammy Jacker and the like to probably get hold of the ball a little bit more and drive it forward very quickly. So, yeah, all in all, pretty good game, but an evenly poised. So it's a flip of the coin at the minute. And the umpires are doing a good job, to tell you the truth.
Our roving reporter, who's got his snout out of the trough for 5 minutes, says that Lynch said that Lynch for Thomson has said that their pressure has been very good.
Yep.
Says they're a bit too slow. They're getting to the stoppages too slow. So that's the word from Andy Richards, mate.
Yeah, well, what would he know about anything?
Not a thing. That's why he's quoting. That's why he's quoting Paul Lynch. Around the grounds, Winch 34 leading Bannockburn 21, Werribee 17 leading the Giants, who are 7. So, a couple of close games happening elsewhere. And of course, St Albans and Lara haven't started yet, apparently.
Who's that?
St Albans and Lara. There's no score on the board yet, so 0-0. It's probably first quarter time out there, Dale.
It probably could be. Well, it was only that at one stage here, Spider, so...
It was.
That's all right. That's a good close game of football. We want to see a good game of football. We want to see it a little bit more open. Siren has sounded. Second quarter is underway. Ruckman will go at it again. Troops remains in the ruck. Ball comes out into the hands of Mitchell. Over the top, goes by hand. Feeds the ball wider, so they run from Jack, and the ball goes into their half-forward line. Leading out in the race for the ball is going to be Knight, I think it was, on the far side. He sees it over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw-in which will take place. As soon as that happens, everybody on the players' ground pushes up the field. I don't think Watson Searle's too keen on the run up the field. He's just going to drag behind. He might be the player out the back if they can get the quick break. Ball from that contest, and again, umpire says, let's have it thrown back in again. That was any indication the wind got hold of that spot. You might be right. It might be going back towards the club rooms on the far side.
Not often I'm wrong, Dale. If I am, I don't admit it.
No, that's what I'm saying. It just seems that with that ball was thrown in the air, there was a fair bit of drift. Now there's a hole in the
same again with the throw-in.
No, it was this hole this time. The ball comes out to McIntyre, ends up in the hands of Beardsall. Beardsall back to McIntyre back to Beardsall, and they run the ball into their half-forward line. It's going to be picked up and cleared away this time by Lynch. Got the handball away. Donohue over the top, goes to Hobbs. Hobbs, little boot back into the middle. That was effective. Was okay. Ends up with Mitchell. Dashes through the middle, long into their forward line. One-on-one contest. This is what you want to see. Boyd's in front, couldn't take the mark. Handball's over the top. Hennessy on the left boot, was going to go by foot, but got the handball back. Ends up in the hands of Kerslake, sees himself forward, looks at goal, and I tell you what, kick is okay. And they have got the first of the second quarter.
And that's exactly what Lynchy said at quarter time. I just spoke to Brett Sheedy, who knows a little bit about footy and can decipher what the coach said. He said, we're not lowering our eyes, we're not getting to the fall of the ball in the forward line, and we're not getting to contests quick enough. That was his instruction. There they got to the contest quick enough. Couple of handballs, lowered the eyes, long kick and goal by Kerslake. Good goal by Kerslake.
Yep, drifted down, right spot, right time, as they say.
Yep.
2-1 now. Thomson, they lead East Geelong 1-1. We've just gone on 2 minutes. It's Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard.
So, ball back in the middle now. Troop and Sobey do it. Troop goes up early, wins a tap down, grabbed by Smeds. Smeds breaks out of the pack, turns around that right foot, driving the ball long. in the Cairn direction, puts the hands up. Ball comes over the back. Beardsall taps it towards himself. Helped out by Monaghan, who tries to get around a tackle. Gets a handball away to McIntyre. McIntyre turns on the left foot, comes out towards Lowe. Lowe gets the ball. Handball over top to Beardsall, who found a bit of space. Dodging and weaving, done well.
Good
Wrapped
tackle.
up the tackle.
Good
That's got to be a
tackle.
free kick, I would have thought.
Yeah, good tackle, Jack Sheedy. That
Absolutely was.
Ribbon tackle. The pressure's lifted a little bit here, Spider. It's a little bit more open and the pressure's lifted.
We like that, mate. So Sheedy now for Thomson, just outside 50. Spears a ball in towards the hot spot. Ball hits the ground. Could have been nearly taken there, but I think he didn't realise at the time he had Mitch to grab that one.
I think he's struggling a little bit, Bordy, to tell you the honest truth. I wouldn't be surprised if that leg's not quite 100%.
You mark it with your hands, not with your legs.
Yeah,
so
no, I know.
Anyway.
Yeah, he should have marked it. There's no doubt about it. He's dropped a couple like that today so
the
far.
ball thrown in now, Troop and Sobey. Troop turns around and probably wins that one in the end. Quick pick up there by Smets. He's just all the time. Whatever with that, just a beautiful kick. Measured it very, very well.
There's no doubt Sammy Jack has taken that mark and he's got the length. Whether he's got the accuracy, we'll soon find out, but he's definitely got the length.
Like most back, mate, can kick it a long way, just don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
He's put the long sleeves back on, mate. He's easy to distinguish. But anyway, Sammy Jacker now for Thomson. Coming in. Well, he gets under a little bit, so he's made a liar of everyone, but the ball drops short. Players probably grappled, picked up quickly, quick kick. Through no one. That was by Hennessy. Goes through for a minor score. He has 1-1 for the afternoon. Thomson moved to 2-2. We have gone 4 minutes.
Got a bit of momentum, Thomson. They need to make the most of it, I'd suggest.
So the ball in short from the kick in goes to Dixon, and he now looks for his options. The next one down the field is Hoff. Another mark taken. I reckon just right on the forward 50 now. So Hoff now looking to go sideways. Will be okay. Mars is there. Wanted to come round the boundary line to McIntyre, but thought better of it. Give himself a little bit more room now, so the option will be to go long down the line. Goes towards Sobey. Mark is not taken in front. Picked up out there by Bartel on the left boot. Goes back towards centre wing. Coming up, Hobbs didn't take the mark at ground level. Picked up. Troop was there. Left the ball behind. Hobbs went back and collected it. Watson Searle picks the ball up. Handball inside to McIntyre. Fends off into Ezard. Ezard out the back. Went back to Hoff. Hoff's got a handball further afield to Lowe. Lowe puts boot to ball. It went as high as it went long, but Mark was not taken. Troop rove the ball off the contest. Kicked it around the body. Mark was put down. And again now at ground level, Hobbs gets the ball out. His handball was a little bit too quick. Went over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in, which will take place in between centre wing and half forward. Again, just maybe a attacking end for the East Geelong side.
He's been good, Hobbs.
He's come up from the seconds. He's had last 3 games in the seconds were good, and he was really good last week too. It looked like we might have found a player there in the back line.
So looks like a McLeod with hair.
Yeah. It does.
The ball through finds McIntyre. He's dispossessed. Mitchell runs through. Kicked the ball as he was tackled. Beardsall comes across, does well, has time, gets around 1, 2, 3, goes the handball to Osselbrook, but no, cut off. Osselbrook does well in the end, picks it up, wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire says no prior. Was good effort by Sheedy there.
Good
Mitch.
attack on the ball by both those boys. Osselbrook and Sheedy, they just went hard at the ball. Good effort.
No quarter given, mate. So the ball in the air now. Troop in front. Does well. Punches the ball down. Could have been a holding free kick. The umpire has seen that one. So, Jacker with the ball now. Plays on, kicks the ball in the Boyd direction, as you might have heard through the microphone. Boyd just stands his ground again, gets his hands to it, but can't quite take the mark. So tapped out now. Monaghan runs out for East Geelong, goes long down the line, finds Mulville, who just takes the ball nonchalantly in his hands. So Austin Mulville now comes in short, looking for Crombie. He has to stop and prop, but has time, takes the mark. Crombie on half back here for East Geelong. Looking at what he's going to do now. Drives it out wide towards the clubroom side. Players tangle their feet. Falls over the back. Quick handball comes in. Another handball outside from Amone. Done really well. Short kick in, but Kelly is there for Thomson to take the relieving mark. Some 40 metres out from his own defensive goal here. So Darcy Kelly with a bit of time. Looks up, shields his eyes from the sun. Just kicks the ball high and long. Mitchell gets to the front of the pack. Punch from Fanning at the back there. Can't quite see he's got the umpire, got me way then. So ball now hits the deck, fed out here. Good little handball. Another one comes out wide. McIntyre leading the race, but Donahue comes yellow. McIntyre just picks it up, gets around him, goes to Mars. Goes to McIntyre on the left foot, coming out here looking for Watson Searle. Ball goes over to Smith, actually ball goes over the back. Quick kick going forward again now. Finds no one but Dixon. Dixon now with plenty of time for East Geelong. Comes in short and finds Crombie. Crombie now has time. Chips the ball into Fanning, who's at centre half back. Fanning goes out wide and finds Beardsall. So Beardsall for East Geelong. Still inside the defensive half of their ground here, East Geelong. The game has opened up a lot more.
Yeah,
So
I was going to mention that, Spider. It has opened up a lot more.
He goes out wide and finds Andrew. Andrew now takes the mark and has time to steady the play. So true centre wing here. Looks to come back in board and does so. Finds McDonald. McDonald's got Dixon right out the other side if he wants. So yeah, that ball's held up a bit, hasn't it? But it has got the Dixon who just takes it and runs. And he goes in short again. Nice looking kick. So that's Mamone now for East Geelong. He plays on. He goes long down the line to no one. And all there's 3 Thomson players standing there. And the mark has now been taken. So we have gone 8 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter. Ball kicked long down the line here. Pack forms. Ball flows over the back. Umpire has picked out a tunnelling free kick.
Boyd.
Yep. It's probably there. His legs did kick forward a bit. So umpire's trying to get the players' attention and bring it back.
Just give them the ball back. There's no good arguing about it.
No, they weren't. I don't think they realised that the whistle had blown, Mitch. So
Yeah.
Boyd on true centre wing here. Far side of the ground from where we sit. So the social room side of the ground here at East Geelong.
Well, there's obviously nothing wrong with his calf, Spider, because he's run from full forward up there.
Might have been coming off and stopped to get the ball. So he goes long looking for Troop. Troop gets hands to it. Can't quite reel the mark in. The ball's been waltzed over the line right in front of the Thomson coach's box here. So we'll have another boundary line throw in. Some, what are we, 9 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
Sobey has worked his way down doing the ruck work. And Darcy Tripp also in line to do the work for the Thomson side. Ball from Sobey comes out the back. Tripp actually took it before it hit the ground. Tries to hit the handball away. Been held up, and umpire I reckon might ping him here. I think if he had been trying to punch the bloody thing, he might have been right. But he stood there and waited for the umpire to blow the whistle, I think.
Yeah,
so McIntyre goes sideways.
The only one who knew that was a holding free kick was the umpire.
So Andrew now with the ball in the half-back line. The options are covered backwards and sideways. He still wanted to go that way, but now he's been called a kick by the umpire and go short. The kick wasn't great. Mark has been taken out there. So Thomson now another opportunity to drive the ball quickly into their forward line. That was better use of the ball. Mark has been taken out there by Knight.
Jordan Cam, good kick.
He will now go back and have a look at his first goal of the afternoon and the third for the Thomson side.
This is a good sign for Thomson, to tell you the truth. I think they've had the better of this quarter so far. Be interested to see where the wind's going, because Knight's usually a penetrating kick, so be interesting to see what happens with this footy.
Well, he might be just going back into it a little bit, but probably the right-hand post and let the breeze do the work, possibly. He won't be able to get a gauge on it, but he kicks that goal. Looks okay off the boot. And I'll tell you what, the umpire doesn't even move. That is straight over the umpire's head. That's the third goal of the afternoon for Thomson there. 3-2, they lead East Geelong on 1-2, and 10 minutes have gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
This fella's a serious footballer this night. I can tell you we haven't seen the best of him today yet, but he's playing with a broken tendon that's got to be operated on at the end of the year in one of his hands, in one of his fingers. And it took 2 doctors to put it in the other week. I tried, but it didn't work. So there's no doubt he can play, and he's very, very mobile and very good forward, very crafty forward. He usually plays deeper than that, than where he is today, but that's obviously something the coach has seen to get a bit more mobility. So, yeah, good effort.
So Starnham and Sobey go at it. Ball falls to Andrew. Andrew went to kick the drop pump. It didn't quite come off the boot that way. Puts it out in front of Smith. Smith done well, tapped it over his head and kept it in play. That's fantastic play. Picked up by Huff. Huff drives it long in the Ezard direction. Ball hits the ground and taken through. Saladin for a rush behind. Saladin with the cool head. Just said, hang on, we'll just set this thing up again. East Geelong now moved to 1-3. Thomson 3-2. So Saladin just lines up low, straight down the middle, looking in the Cam direction. Cam flies from behind. Ball hits the deck. Coming through a bit of support, but they've left the ball behind now. Wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire's going to say going nowhere. We'll have a ball up now. Almost on half forward for East Geelong. 11.5 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment. Second quarter scoreboard. Sobey wins that one down well. Sheedy had a chance. Probably get a free kick for holding the man here, I reckon. And he has done too. So, he gave away the free kick, sorry, to McIntyre. McIntyre now on the boot. Nice and quickly goes in the Smith direction. That's a fantastic kick. So, Zach Smith will kick from 50. And Dale, one thing we certainly know about this bloke is the distance will not be a problem if he gets onto it.
That's it. I think he's got the distance well within him here, Spider.
And if he's kicking with the wind, it'd probably make it a bit easier, wouldn't it? So if that's going to favour him, we'll soon see.
He can kick the ball a long way,
Yeah,
this bloke. His connection comes to him. Maybe it's a cricket ball a long way, Mitch. That's more interest to you, isn't it, mate?
Well,
so
we'll see. They haven't sacked him yet, but we'll
Zach
see.
Smith coming in right on 50. Bang, keeps it pretty low there. Has pushed it right across the face of goal. In front of the pack there, comes to ground. Couldn't pick it up, was Huff, does so in the end. Gets a handball at the back here looking for Lowe. Lowe tries to weasel his way through. Gets a quick kick out. And out in front of Watson Searle, the ball goes out of bounds. Of a boundary line throw in 20 metres around from the East Geelong behind post. As said, we've travelled nearly 13 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter here. 1-3 East Geelong, 3-2 to Thomson. Ball thrown in, Stone gets in front there, brings the ball to ground. Coming through, there was Judy couldn't take it with him, but quick kick out of defence here. Going to fall in the arms of Cam. So, Lux of Fortune, play in front. So that's what he has. Jordan Cam has done. Going long down the line. Fantastic grab there, taken by McDonald. McDonald plays on quickly. Goes to Monaghan. Monaghan now on half-back line here for East Geelong. Looking at his options. Just decides to go back across, chip it in short. So, bit of possession footy here. Lee goes over the top looking for McIntyre, but he's beaten to the ball. Might have got one high. Looks like both players have come out of that one hurt. So, anyway, driven long by Hannessy. Puts it out in front of Boyd. That calf seems okay. Mitchie's moving right.
Yeah.
So, the two boys in the middle here.
Looks to me as if...
Wind's been taken out of the sails.
Yeah, I reckon Cam's gone in the ruck.
Yep.
And Troop's gone forward, Spide.
McIntyre hasn't really moved. I reckon he could have possibly hit his head.
Yeah, I think they had a bit of a head clash,
nothing in it. Just a
they both
contest.
Both went for the footy.
Spence is up and around, so that's one. But McIntyre's still very slow to move for East Geelong. Still on all fours, holding the back of his head here. So, well, the umpire's deciding to do. Probably going to come over and check and see how he is now by the look of it.
At least he's up on his haunches, so he's not too much wrong, I don't think.
Tough as nails, John McIntyre.
He's up.
Gets
He's
to
up.
his feet.
It's either wind or the wind taken from him or his ribs, I reckon.
Yeah, well, either or, mate. They're both having the wind taken from is a nasty feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not good.
Got to suck it in.
Yeah, suck it in, but you can't, Dale. That's the trouble. We've all had that feeling.
Whacking the jewels.
That's probably the worst. It's worse than a toothache, anyway.
Yeah, true. Well, so the ball thrown back in. Stoneham in front, wins a short throw in, back down to the ground. I think we'll have the umpire come on and say we'll ball this one up again. So after probably 20 minutes of nice, or 15 minutes of nice clean footy, we're heading back down this path of let's wrap it up and not do anything with it. Sorry, go Dale.
Got ruck contest now. Ball comes out, and again, Thomson with a shot at goal, this time offline. That was Sheedy, I think, had a look at that
Sheedy.
one.
Good hands by Logan Mitchell there in the crushes to get it out to Jack Sheedy.
So that moves Thomson now to 3-3, 1-3 to East Geelong. So they haven't kicked one early, but haven't been able to get to the scoreboard since. Ball with Monaghan in the back pocket now. And he's going to stay on that side of the ground and go long, outside 50. Plenty of players up. Good spoil from behind. Front of the contest. May have been picked up there by Crombie. Got the handball outside. Goes back towards centre wing. Smith comes up from behind. Ball hits the ground. And again, ball over the boundary line. Another throw in on the far side. And attacking side probably just up the ground from centre wing. Thompson's attacking end again. Stoneham doing some ruck work. Sobey with front position. Ball comes out and goes back towards Sobey. Little kick off the boot was okay. Found Bartel. Round the body goes. Right foot. Mark has been taken out there. And it will be settled down this time. And Mowat will transfer play back the other way for the Thomson side. Kick goes back over centre wing. In front, Maim. Punch from behind. Ball back over the boundary line. So it's not travelling too far from that side. The umpire a bit of work to do.
A bit of a stalemate at the minute, Dale. It's slipped back into first quarter mode.
Pretty much, Mitch, and it was good looking at the footy earlier on because it was moving well. Ball from the ruck contest ends up there, and a good mark out there again, this time Saligan, so he's going to transfer play. Now, this could be dangerous. Kick has to be good. Put his teammate under a bit of pressure. Made the contest. Picked up there by Hobbs. Quick boot goes back to the half-back line. Kick didn't favour Mamone it was, but the ball ends up now in the hands of Troop from centre half forward. Looks at goal, and Darcy Troop is just offline by the looks of it. Through for a minor score, 3-4. Plenty of opportunity here for the Thomson side.
I think Knight was a kick there. He was in the goal square pretty much on his own.
So the ball's been brought back in this time. Dixon kicking out long. Goes outside. Lee missed it. Picked up again. Sobey did nicely. Got the handball outside. And they moved the ball pretty quickly towards centre wing. Mark taking it there. Hoff may have been a little push out the back. Watson Searle's got some space by himself. Needs a bounce. Now he's got plenty of time and some space. Has Smith inside him. But on the left boot, he looks at goal. And Watson Searle has got a goal on the board for himself. 2-3 now for the East Geelong side. 3-4 Thomson. And we've gone almost 11 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard.
Once the ball got over the back there, it was shut the gate. I thought Stephen Selinger might have been a bit stiff not to get a push in the back, but he didn't. That's the way it is. And ball got over the back. East Geelong handballed it forward to someone standing on their own, and away you shut the gate. So they've got to be careful of that. There's no, you can't. I know you've got to push forward, but you've got to get back just as quick. So yeah.
Classic counter attack, John. That one.
Yeah, it was. Caught him on the back foot. So
Troop back in the middle now.
Yeah.
To do battle with Sobey.
And it's since Sobey's been in there against Stoneham, he's had an influence on the game. So I'll be interested to see how he goes now.
So Sobey wins it and down, only as far as Troop. Troop throws on the boot very, very quickly. Brought to ground here. Picked up, quick handball over the top. Now moving the ball, goes out towards Donahue. He has King there for company. Donahue enough time to swing on the left foot. Misdirected kick. Dixon couldn't take the mark. Falls in the hands there. Is that Hennessy again? I tell you what, that is...
Bounced
it's hit the post.
Bounced sideways on the line side.
Hennessy. Wow. So 3-5, Thomson. Leading East Geelong, who are 2-3.
Got that out of the centre very easily. That time, Troop had an influence straight away.
Clock stopped, Dale?
I've got no idea.
Your clock had stopped, mate. It said 18 minutes, but I think it's a bit longer than that now. 19 minutes it is, so ball to be brought back in now.
Flat battery.
Wow. So long kick down the line, looking in the Sobey direction. A few Chicken Lynch has taken a fantastic grab here. Contested mark there, 4 big blokes flying. So Lynch now with it. Decides to chip over the top and goes short. There's too much on it for Donahue. Ball falls over the back. King gets a handball across. Andrew does well. Down the line now with Mulville. Kicks it in towards the Mowat direction, but coming through now is Andrew again, done really well there. Gets a quick handball out. Mulville now needs to get rid of it. Does well, goes to Hoff. Hoff goes to King. King chips the ball in nicely. Running now is Crombie. Crombie had a bit of space, bit of time, decides to have a bounce. Puts the afterburners on. Gets a handball over to Mars. Mars running through the middle now. Has 1 bounce. Has 2 bounces. Probably a third he does. Mamone coming out to Shepherd. The kick did not reward the run. So Hobbs now has a chance to clean it up, but he can't do so. Went without the ball at the end. But East Geelong have bounced the ball 70 metres. Ali Mars probably ran out of gas there, mate, after running like that. 3 bounces. So,
yeah, they were out there, Spider, but didn't make the most of it. It was that kick that hurt him.
So Troop wins the tap down. Really well done there. Quick handball over the top. Fed forward again. Good punch forward, but running through now. Oh, that would have been a throw, couldn't it? Crombie didn't go without it. But the other way, Cam does really well for Thomson. Drives the ball forward towards Boyd. Boyd couldn't quite take him up. Pit at the ground. Hennessy gets a handball over to Boyd. Boyd throws it on the right boot. Knight in plenty of space if he can keep the ball in, but he can't. No, that was behind the goals. That won't bounce the other way, mate. So another minor score there to the Thomson side. They moved to 3-6, 24 leading East Geelong at 2-3-15.
Got to lower their eyes
21
a little
minutes.
bit. Got to lower their eyes a little bit, the Thomson forwards.
They had plenty there.
Yeah, got to lower their eyes. You can't go bombing them from 50 out all the time.
So Ali Mars brings the ball in this time, goes far side of the ground, out the back. Dixon looked like he had hands on it. The umpire said it has been paid. Actually, it was
Fanning
it was taking the mark. So he will go back now and look to deliver the ball further down the field. Little short kick. It's okay to low. But they still sit defensive side of centre wing. He's looking to transfer the play across the ground, but there's no options there. So again, down the line they go. Ezard over the back. Mark not taken once again. Comes out the back. The handball was okay, but Mulville left the ball behind, I think, and it's gone back over the boundary line. So we'll have a throw-in to take place. Centre wing, far side.
Interesting to see what happens here because the game's right in the balance, to tell you the truth.
Mulville and Troop doing the ruck work now. So Troop just holding the space, did nicely, got the ball at the back, but it was Crombie that got the boot to ball, goes into their half-forward line at ground level, picked up out there. And McIntyre looks like he's back and moving, or it might have been Bartel, I'm not too sure. That's all right. Ball goes into Smith, looked at the handball outside. Unfortunately, went to Hobbs. Hobbs now picks the ball up, got the handball back into the hands of, I think that might have been Cam also. Goes back towards centre wing. Picked up Sobey, read that nicely off the ruck contest. Handball again out wide from Beardsall. Longer into the pocket. Dotson Searle, best position, and he had a fair bit of it. Did he complete the mark? Yes, he did. And he can go back, and on the left foot from there is an opportunity to kick his second of the quarter.
Yeah, they've sort of arrested the slide that was early, the Thomson wave that was early. They seem to have got back into the game, East Geelong, and they're moving the ball fairly freely, to tell you the truth. So, it'd be interesting to see what happens here.
So Watson Searle from the half-forward line. Long kick towards goal. I tell you what, that's not a bad effort, and it's hit the top of the post. Yeah. Very nice kick and didn't miss by a great amount. So 2-4 now East Geelong, 3-6 to Thomson, and 23 minutes have gone by. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
The ball brought back and quickly down the line. No one really wanted it in the end. Knight had a chance there, big handball over the top. Knight still running on. He's got a turn of speed there, mate, but chopped off there by Lee. Lee for East Geelong, goes long down the line. Mulville standing on his own. Got Crombie in support now. Crombie looks up. Where's he going towards? The Ezard direction, goes over his head. Not taken there by by Smith. Handball comes out now. Watson Searle got on the left foot, wrong spot for left foot. He goes to Banana anyway. It kicks the leather off it, and I tell you what, has just snuck it in for a minor score. So East Geelong moved to 2-5. Thomson 3-6. Bit of life into the game. I think that's nearly 25 minutes gone. Right, 24. 24. They got the clock set up again, have you?
I don't know what we're doing, but. Must have the wrong option on there.
Wrong option on there. Hey, if you can work it out and I can't, I'm in real trouble.
No, I just pushed buttons and it kept going. So.
Started again.
So 24 minutes have ticked over. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter here at Oswide Plumbing and Civil Oval.
There's only 20 minutes to go at this stage last week.
Yes. So measuring options now is Mowat, looking where he's going to go. Just no, it wasn't. Goes long down the line. That was Sammy Jacker, who brought the ball in. Bartel leading in the race out there. Him and Sheedy side by side. The ball beats them both. Goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary line thrown right in front of the club rooms / change rooms here at Richmond Crescent. It's an Eastern Oval. Don't know where I am. So Stoneham and Sobey to do battle now. Ball thrown in by the umpire. Lovely throw in. That's what we like to see. Sobey wins that one down. Hitting the contest hard was Andrew. Went without it, but wraps it a tackle. And we'll have another ball up now.
Sobey gets a distinct advantage in the ruck against the lighter Stoneham, to tell you the truth. It brings East right into it.
And used it again there, but only as far as Hobbs. Hobbs was dispossessing the tackle. Ball still is free. Bit like a pinball there, Johnny. And
yeah,
she
certainly is.
Feet, knees, hands, heads, probably everything else, mate, and just didn't really go anywhere.
I think Thomson are looking for half time, to tell you the truth.
Well, still 20 minutes to go, as you said, so there'll be a while. Ball in the air now again. Done well over the top there. Brought the ball to ground with Stoneham, but ball again falling free out in front of Smeds this time, and we'll have a boundary line throw in. It probably advanced another 15 metres forward in the East Geelong direction. Nearly 26 gone. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter here at Richmond Crescent. So, bit more of a repeat of the first quarter now for the last 10 minutes. Ball favours Stoneham there, but Sobey did really well to make a contest of it. Come to ground. Crombie's been wrapped up with it now. He's been very good so far, Ben Crombie.
He has. He's had a lot of the footy. When Thomson need to pay a bit of attention to him, I reckon.
Just need his mum to wander over some more pumpkin biscuits, don't we, Dale? Ball in the air.
Any sort of biscuits.
Any sort of biscuits. Ben Mulville wins that tap down, so obviously he's nominated for the ruck. Quick handball out in front of Crombie and Andrew. The ball finds the boundary line yet again. So, all players looking for half-time, I think, John.
That's Billy Smets's first touch since he was in that clash in the middle of the ground.
And Johnny McIntyre, I don't think he's on their bench either, so he might be a little bit worse for wear. But the ball thrown in by the umpires. As I said, Mulville doing the ruck work. Sobey's gone to push himself to full forward from the contest. Ball comes out. Mulville went back and collected it. Got a handball inside the low. King on the overlap. Got the handball. Kick went sideways. I don't know who was trying to favour. Mulville does lead in the race for the ball. This is Austin. He will pick the ball up. Got the handball out to Mars. He was tackled. That's a strong
great
tackle.
and that's
the
ball.
umpire said that is a good tackle. So that's nice work there from Mitch Seedy. He rewarded from his tackle. If he had been able to get through, they might have been able to free themselves up with a late opportunity at a scoring shot. But he now decides to go straight down the line. That kick wasn't as good. Ball gets over the back. Cam just got a handball in there. Sheedy was tackled with the ball. Now, I thought he was going to spread his legs
but
in.
he did handball the ball. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
so the bloke got his hand around it. So I think that was a good decision, to tell you the honest truth.
That was a great decision, Mitch.
Yeah.
I actually thought he was going to spread it and see him drop the ball. No, good decision. So the ball up goes into play now, and it's Bartel over the top of it. Needs to get the ball out, tries to win possession. A lot of players now trying to win possession in there. Again, ball not coming out. Umpire will recall it, and another throw-up will take place. So it's just right on centre wing, and right in front of where we sit today, so that's not a bad position to be. Smetzel's taken in the tackle.
Old Billy Smets, the umpire off the ball, paid that, Spider.
And he wasn't that far off the ball, John, so I don't mind that,
Yeah.
mate. He was almost in the play, so...
But he out the ball. So
No, he said he hit him with the jumper before he got
okay.
the ball.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, Donahue now with the ball on centre wing. And he's he's called by the umpire to play on a little short kick. Lead up player Sammy Jacker got the handball back outside towards Donahue. And he runs now and carries, kicks long into their forward line. Ball gets out the back. Cam had a fair look at the ball, kicked from that position, goes back towards the goal. Fanning will see it through and pushed through for a minor score. So 3-7 now to the Thomson side, 2-5 East Geelong, and we've ticked over 28. Ball short into the back pocket. So a little bit of possession football now from East Geelong, you would think, to see the quarter out and maybe restock for the second half. But the kick comes down the line, long kick out, Semi-Jacker. That's a better grab at the ball.
Yeah, sun wasn't in his eyes that time,
late opportunity here now for the Thomson side. His kick goes long, back in towards the full forward position.
Just standing out the back. You could see that coming, Dale.
Straight into his arms, and Jordan Cam from the top of the square can go back and look at his first of the afternoon.
This will give Thomson a reasonable lead at half time, I would imagine, if the siren goes.
Wouldn't be much left in it, mate.
No.
This might be the last play of the quarter.
So Cam from the top of the goal square. Just checking the clock to me how long he's got left to go. Comes in.
Faces on the scoreboard.
Yeah. And a little chip up over the umpire's head says that's going to be a goal. And the umpire says all clear. So he has got his first of the afternoon, the fourth now for Thomson. They are 4-7 East Geelong on 2-5. And we tick towards 30 minutes in this Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard.
No doubt about that. Well, I think Thomson have done well to score there. Both sides have had ample opportunities to kick a few more goals, and it's been pretty even. But I think this quarter, Thomson has just been on top for the majority of it.
3-6 to 1-3.
Yeah, right. So they've had plenty of chances, 9 scoring shots to a couple.
So it's back in the middle now. Sobey just uses his strength, brings the ball to ground.
Siren.
That is a siren.
Goes.
So half time sees the home side, East Geelong, 5-17, trailing Thomson, who are 4-7-31. Dale, we have some goal kickers, please.
Yes, 2 goals for East Geelong are for Sam Lowe and Watson Searle, and for Thomson, all individuals, Knight, Hennessy, Cam and Kerslake. Take a short break and we'll come back. Hopefully have a few scores from around the ground, and there's not too many other games going on this afternoon. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
we are back here at Oswide Civil, or Plumbing and Civil Oval, with match of the day. Sees the home side, East Geelong, top of the table, East Geelong, 2-5-17, trailing an accurate Thomson, who are 4-7-31. So Thomson kicked 2-6 that quarter, 3-6, sorry, to East Geelong, who kicked 1-3. So the sun has disappeared here, Dale.
Sun has disappeared.
The Arctic breeze has come in.
I'll tell you what, it wouldn't want to be blown any more, Spot. It is absolutely... We're talking about the players' comfort out there on the ground. It'd be nice, but I tell you what, if you've got crook hamstrings, make sure you've done a good warm-up, because I tell you what, it'll ping pretty early.
It's dropped about 5 degrees, I reckon.
If Boydie's got a problem with his calf, Mitch, it's going to be found out, mate.
Now, the young fella that run into Billy Smets, he's not coming back, they tell me.
Ooh.
So he's out for the game. I was talking to Keithy Jamison.
He's their captain.
He said he is out for the game.
John McIntyre is their captain, so
concussion, possibly.
Well, actually, I thought, there you go. Well, I thought it might have been ribs or something like that, but there you go.
That's a big out, Dale.
Yes, I can't give 3 votes to McIntyre then, can I?
You can. You still probably will. Cubby basically got three votes against Winch, mate. He's playing at Great Western. So
it'd be hard to pick the 3 votes at the minute. There's some good players out there, but look, I just wonder whether Thomson can sustain this and have the this game plan they've got, because East look dangerous when they get the ball to the outside, so it'll be interesting to see this half.
Well, we're soon going to find out, because the ball has been thrown in the air, and this time a big tap out there by Troop, knocks the ball 10 or 15 metres. King runs onto it, gives the ball to Crombie. Crombie handballs outside, missed the target though, turned over. Della quicks the ball quickly into their forward line. Again, Boyd taps the ball back towards the boundary line, went to his teammate Knight, but unfortunately he lost the ball, goes back outside, and the mark has been taken by Benny Crombie. So he's continued his form from the first quarter. Ball comes out wide, and it's that might have been high. Umpire agreed, and a free kick.
His head's over in St Albans Road.
He's been scalped. That's shady, is it?
Yeah. I think it is. Yep. Yeah, he's shady.
Got one in the gob, has he?
He gets one every time. Poor old Mitchie.
He's 3'1".
Yeah. He's certainly coming off. He's obviously he needs a nose reconstruction and a few other things, but other than that, he's okay, Dale.
That's all right. You only get him fixed up once you finish footy. There's no sense getting it done now. I'll call another one. Kerslake says, I'll have a free kick anyway, so I've got the ball in my hand.
There's another stat.
Yep. Why not? And take it when you can get it. Little chip short.
They get a handball.
It's actually only went past the bloke that was standing on the mark then, but it was paid for the distance. So that's okay. So they now move the ball into their half-forward line. Troop comes up at the ball, and he marks outside 50.
Now surely Troop
got the handball and went towards Mitchell. Mitchell quickly in towards the big fella there, and that's probably better positioned there. And Boyd takes the mark. 30 out from goal directly in front, and can go back and maybe stretch this margin a little bit further.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Thomson moved the ball pretty well off that free kick, to be quite truthful. I agree with you. I think that first kick went about 8 metres, but other than that, it give Boyd an opportunity. He does lead up at the ball well when he's fully fit, so let's hope he can get this.
So he's going to kick, as we said, 30 metres out directly in front. That looked better off the boot, and the umpire has not even moved there. So he has his first of the afternoon, the 5th now for the Thomson side. They are 5-7, and they get a little bit away from East Geelong at 2-5. Just over 2 minutes gone. De Granny Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
I don't think Thomson could have asked for a better start to the quarter, to tell you the truth. They won the ball out of the centre and are showing their strength. I think they appear a little stronger than East at the moment, especially when Troop's in the middle of the ground. You've got Logan Mitchell, who's a big bull, and Billy Smets and Sammy Jack are the captain. So they've got a good midfield at the minute.
Ball being thrown about the middle again, Sobe. We must have a little trouble in our head for here, but I think we may have got it back. Mitchell gets the ball. He was tackled. Umpire said that was dropping the ball. Free kick goes to Billy Andrew. It's got to come back. Osselbrock wants to continue there, but unfortunately the umpire had called a time, and it's got to come back. So now back with Billy Andrew just outside there, forward 50. So he's got low short, hasn't looked in that direction. So he goes the other side and sees King, and King now has the ball. And he will slow things down for them also. He's looking at some options. Nothing there, so he just goes that little bit longer. Ball from behind. Mowat did that nicely. Into the hand there is Smets. Smets from the half-back line. Kicks out wide. Mark not taken out there by Knight. Went through his hand, I reckon. And it's gone over the boundary line to be thrown in on centre wing, far side of the ground.
It's more of almost like a floating punt. Wanted it sort of pushed away from him.
Yeah, they're the ones you've got to grab those spider, to tell you the honest truth, especially when you're on a bit of a roll.
Cold fingers, mate. Anyway, the ball thrown back in. Troop in front, but Sobey ends up with it in his hands. Just a mongrel punt forward. Saligan leads in the race, just corralling the ball towards the boundary line. Gets his wish. We'll have a boundary line thrown right in front of the Toyota Tarago with the boot open. Well, two of them over there. Look at the ambulances here, mate. We've got the races for the day, are we? So,
So I want to know who won the fourth, Spider.
so the ball being thrown in. Troop and Sobey again. Sobey gets to the front, lets the ball hit the ground, just keeps Troop out of it. Ball spills free. Coming out the side, Donahue picks it up, wrapped up immediately by a low. And we'll have a ball up right on half back here for the Thomson side. So, bit of a stalemate again. Troop and Sobey go at each other. Troop wins that one down. That ball spills free. King nearly had it, lost it, dispossessed. Ball hits the ground again. Ossobrook in there fighting for it. Ball falls out the other side. This is Genuine Stacks on the mill. Quick kick out of the pack. Troop leading the race. Does well. Traps it in front. Could almost been paid a free kick for holding the man, but wasn't. So players pick it up. And now we've had a holding the ball decision.
Staggers me that he's the only one who went and got it and picked it up and, gets pinged.
Yep.
But that's fair enough. That's a rule.
So Crombie now with a resultant free kick. Plays on, goes to get around a player, drops the ball, goes and gets it, has been pinned for holding the ball, or incorrect disposal. So Sheedy with the free kick now, chips the ball across, finds Mitchell. Mitchell for Thomson, has time and space, comes out to Donahue. Donahue has a couple of options out wide, but decides to take him on, go back through the middle, has one bounce, kicking the ball long down line, not a great kick to Boyd. It's 4-on-1, but Boyd's been paid a free kick. It has to be Boyd because there's the other four East Geelong players. How he's not been brought back in the mark, I don't know, but Boyd goes long down the line. Dixon intercepts, can't quite take it with him. Andrew dives on it. Same thing happened, knocked out of his hands, wrapped up by Billy Smets, and the umpire has pinned him for holding the ball.
This obviously is the half-time rule. Is it 3 holding the balls in 3 minutes?
Anyway, that was a little bit red hot, but maybe the same as Prismal. There's an AFL rule. You should be able to get out of it. Anyway, kick goes forward and finds Lowe. Lowe does well, gets a handball across. Kick long was Andrew. Maybe he put down after he got rid of it. The umpire said no, it's play on. And this Mark not quite taken despite the effort. Ball chipped out here. Nice looking kick finds Cam. So Cam at true centre half back for Thomson. Now looking at his options. All right. Didn't like what we said, so he's just popped the ball out in the air looking for Troop. Troop's done well to hold his ground there. Could have been a free kick. Hennessy comes over to it, too high there. The umpire has not seen that one at all. Maybe blindsided by a couple of players in front of him, Mitch.
Some was in his eyes.
Hair, I can't say his hair was, but anyway, ball's in the air now. Mitch, Mitchell wins that one out. Quick kick forward, heading towards the boundary line. Low leads in the race, but done well. Oh, that's probably holding the man. Kerslake gets the ball in the anyway, drives Thomson forward with a nice kick, 50 metres. That's a lovely grab taken by Knights.
Kid can play. I'm telling you, he hasn't done much today, but this Knights can play. I'm giving you, if Thomson are lucky enough to get to St Albans, he will be a handful for anyone. I'm telling you, he is a good player. Very good player.
So Jacob Knight has won so far for Thomson. Kicked from a tough angle in the second quarter. Now looking at his second. Be kicking from around 40 metres here. Monahan's probably 35 out on the mark. So in comes Knight. Runs around a bit, told to play on, sinks the slipper in. The ball has not hit connected very, very well. So he gets his first minor. The 8 for Thomson. They move to 5-8, leading East Geelong, who are 2-5, and we have ticked over 7 minutes. The Granny Cycling Sport third quarter.
Jack Beardsall kicking in for the East Geelong side. Just waiting for ball to return.
It's like a family trait, Dale.
Yes, I think so. Finally returns to the field of play now. Actually, I thought that was the other ball. I was watching the one that was kicking around behind the goals. I thought they were mucking around with it down there, but it was obviously the wrong one I was watching. Beardsall, short kick. It will be okay. Yes, nice kick inside, and we'll find Andrew. So Andrew now was going to go back into the middle of the ground. That was dangerous, so changed his options. Umpire's now going to call him to play on, and does so. He goes towards centre wing. Numbers out there. Thomson have them there. Ball gets to ground. Crombie taps the ball further afield. The first one to arrive is Hobbs. Went one way, got around the first. Handball wasn't really effective. Ossobrook got his hand on it. He couldn't pick it up. And again, now it is sitting on the, well, it was on the ground, being picked up, but a tackle was laid and no prior opportunity. Umpire calls for the ball. So in between half forward and centre wing. East Geelong back in their attacking end. Ball from that ruck contest. Troop went after it, had it, lost it. Hoff might have had it and lost it also. Picked up by Jacker, but there's a free kick being given.
Yeah, held on to him a bit long, maybe once the
Crombie.
ball's spat out.
Yep, so Crombie now is going to be the recipient. So his early half form has continued after half time. So Benny Crombie, as I said, he's in between the half forward and centre wing. He's got a long kick that goes into the forward line, made good distance in there. Ezard up, couldn't take the mark at ground level. Ball is cleared away. Thought it was going to be cleared away, but ends up in the hands of Bartel, who looks back towards goal. His kick goes long and is just offline through for a minor score. So their first score of the third quarter, it's behind. They move to 2-6. They trail Thomson on 5-8. 9 minutes gone with Salajan kicking in from the fullback position. Going out wide, and the mark has been taken out there by Shooty. Back on. Got the bandage on around the head, has he?
Holding his head on.
Comes in short, dangerous, but okay to Donahue.
Bit of milk in the monster, John.
So Donahue's, again, he's not too sure where he wants to go, but he's going to go or stay the same side of the ground, goes long towards centre wing.
Oh.
Mark is not taken out there. Boyd comes out the back. Sobey fed out the back towards Crombie, taken off the ball. And Thomson now with some opportunities. They go to their half-forward line. Player in front, Mark, wasn't taken out there. Might have been Hennessy. Ball is turned over now and goes back the other way. It's in the hands of Mulville. Outside to Andrew. Andrew's long kick goes into the forward line, but too wide. And Zach Smith a little bit disappointed with that.
Into the halftime scores. Dale, Winch 65, Bannockburn 37, Werribee 38, Giants 22.
We're hanging in there, the Giants, at the moment.
Still nil all at Lara and
St Albans.
St Albans.
Great game out there. Good viewing.
Yeah.
So Thomson again with Sammy Jacker from the half-back line. Goes back towards centre wing. Long kick. Sobey over the top. Punches the ball forward, picked up Bartel, looked for the handball outside, only as far as Smets, got inside and out of trouble very nicely. Handballs back outside to Donahue, goes into the middle of the ground. That's a great kick. Mark again, not quite taken out there by Hennessy, but he tries to go back and collect it, did so, was tackled, brought to ground, no prior. There, umpire in will take possession
Shouldn't
with
miss
a ball
those
up.
marks, Dale, in all honesty. And not no disrespect to anyone, but he led and should have just grabbed that Hennessy.
It was possession very nicely for him to take it. So the ball comes out again, and again Smets grabs the ball this time, goes back, and Mark not taken again. Troop went down, picked the ball up, and in his motion went to ground. Players over the top and held in. So a ball up again on the far side, just outside the centre square. It's thrown up with Sobey doing the ruck work, positioned his body inside. Mitchell tried to force his way through. Sobey had it, he lost it, ball went to ground, and again, the number of players around the contest, umpire doing the right thing again in quickly. We'll have another ball up.
So Smets is calling the forwards up to get around this, to outnumber East Geelong at this stoppage.
So Knight's the first one to arrive, and he might be an opportunity to get it here, but Monaghan followed him up, and he's over the top of the ball, and again, without any prior opportunity, the ball not coming out, umpire in once again. So we've gone 11 and a half minutes. It's 2-6, East Geelong 5-8 to Thomson.
All right, so ball in the air, true centre wing. Sobey wins that one down. But breaking through, Thomson here, pushing the ball forward. I can't see who it was. It was 28 players. Was I couldn't see, mate. 28 players in front of me.
Knight.
It was Knight, was it? Anyway. So it looks like Monaghan now, the free kick for East Geelong. He drives them back into attack. Pack flies, falls over the back. Smith stays to ground, gets a quick handball over to Hoff. Hoff onto the boot quickly, goes long down towards Ezard direction. He's the first one lead back, gets a toe to the ball, pushes it across the face of goal.
Salajan kicked it through.
Salajan quite happy to put a point on the board for East Geelong, so Thomson can now reset. 12 and a half minutes. The Grandy Cyclones fought third quarter here at Richmond Crescent. Stephen Salajan for Thomson brings it in. Not a great kick off the boot, but does travel some distance. Ball punched forward again for East Geelong. Picked up by Mowat, done really well, gets a handball away. But Sheedy runs out of space and takes the ball over the line. So the boundary line throw in. Half forward here for East Geelong. Glover inside of the ground. Ball thrown in there by the umpire. Stoneham does well to win that one. Bartel gets it. Handball over the top before it goes the other way. Out of space again. And we'll have another ball in. So back to the first quarter action here, lads, where it's stalemate after stalemate. So Sobey and Stoneham to do battle. Ball comes in. Sobey works his way to the front. Great left-handed tap. Didn't go anywhere. Only as far as Knight. Knight's wrapped up in a tackle. And
This
we'll
has
have another
definitely been a tactic, Spider. I think, Thomson have extended their lead and they've sort of shut up shop. They've turned it into a real struggle around the ball.
Doesn't matter how you win, mate. Anyway, Ball goes up. Sobey on the second attempt knocks the ball forward. Free kick has been paid. So Knight will be the recipient, I think, is he?
I think it's Mitchell.
Well, they've all got their hands up everywhere, want it, mate. It's a possession, so it has gone to Mitchell. So it must have been held in the ruck contest. So Logan Mitchell now plays on, drives Thomson forward, looking for Boyd. Boyd sits up, 2-on-1 there. Well done by Lee, and but the ball comes out the back to Cam. Cam now looking at his options down the ground, centres the ball. Just too much on it. Standing at the back there is Troop, picks it up, throws it on the right boot, and Darcy Troop has kicked the goal. So it's the 6 for Thomson. Troops first. So Thomson moved to 6-8, leading East Geelong, who are 2-7. We've gone 14 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
And there's no doubt that contest on the opposite side of the ground, just in front of the East Geelong coaches box, where everyone probably thought it was going to go out, picked up by the Thomson player, handballed to another Thomson player who was, I just forget who that was,
Cam.
Jordan Cam, and it come to the top of the goal square where there was a bit of a fight for the ball, and Darcy Tripp picked it up and snapped it over his shoulder. So Thomson are starting to get a bit of a lead here.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground, as we said. Ball comes from that contest, and it's going to be cleared away. Thomson again push the ball back into their half-forward line. Ball runs towards the boundary line, coming out. Billy Smets had the ball. He tried to keep it in the field of play. Umpire said it was kicked out of bounds to the full. Free kick will go, I think, to Thomson.
I reckon
That's what they've indicated.
Smets was calling for Knight to go in the middle, mate. Smets has gone forward, Knight's gone in the middle.
Yeah. Well, one thing Billy isn't good at is kicking goals.
So Smith now lines up. He goes long back towards the goal square. Again, spoil from behind, front of the contest. Numbers there. East Geelong taken in the tackle there was Dixon. And they've held that in nicely. So another opportunity now for Thomson to set themselves up around the ball.
What I like here, Dale, is that the Thomson players are squawking like seagulls, telling each other where to go. So, you know, they're really setting up behind the ball.
So Andrew kicks out. Hoff did that nicely, intercepted the ball. Now goes back on the right boot, delivers it back towards centre wing. And again, the mark is not taken out there. Gets out the back. Sheedy going to be the first to arrive at it. Handball's back outside, so they win possession of the ball, and a little chip up over the top. Think that might have been Knight to kick the ball short. Mark has been taken out there, and possibly Donoghue again on the maybe change side. He usually stays on one side of the ground all day. Handball comes back inside. He's going to win it back. He's going to put himself under pressure, but he's got the kick around the boundary. Goes into their half-forward line. Troop arrives, takes it out of the air. Ball handballs out. Smet trapped that nicely. He wants to back out of the contest also. He did that and got the handball away. Stonham's handball was smothered into the hands of Hoff, and he goes back towards centre wing. Seligen maybe a little bit pushed there, I thought maybe, but Ezard's taken his first for the day, and he's now got a little short kick. Wasn't great going outside, but Mulville picks the ball up, has looks, and goes forward. His options are there, but they're all in the wrong colour jumper, and it's going to be picked up and cleared away by Mott. Handball goes back outside, and it's Knight that's doing some work back in defence now. Again, that kick wasn't even just as good or just as poor, I would think, with the numbers around the contest. Out the back to King, to Monaghan. He didn't take it cleanly, so he's been put under a little bit of pressure. He might go back and win possession of it, but the Thomson numbers are starting to arrive around the contest. Umpire says, no, let's have it back. We'll have a ball up, which will take place far side of the ground.
You've got a chance when you've got a bloke like Billy Smets there, trying to get the footy, because he's just a class above the rest of my race.
Oh, just control, Mitch.
So the ball from that contest ends up in the hands of Bartel. Left foot goes a wide, too wide, out of bounds. On the full free kick will go to Thomson. We got a little dog escaped there. Someone's
He's all right. Let him go. He's not going to hurt anyone.
He got caught quickly.
So Darcy Kelly now for Thomson to take the free kick. The umpire says, no, wait till our four-legged friend gets off the ground. He's causing no havoc at all, but he can't be there. So Kelly now, just a big up and under. It's about 50 metres on the kick. Pack forms, ball punched down, and it beat everyone out, I think, and it has. Sammy Jacker happy to just knock that one over the line, and we'll have a boundary line throw in between centre wing and half forward for East Geelong. So back to the stalemate footy. We've seen what happened so far, John. Thomson been smart enough to break it open and just pinch that goal. So comes in again now. Sobey wins that one down well. Wrapped up straight away was Bartel. Managed to just knock it forward. Hobbs is the first one to get back to the race. He leads in the race. The handball back to Donoghue. Donoghue goes out wide again. Quick kick there. Has gone out of bounds in the full. Bounced off the bonnet there of the Mazda. Far side of the ground.
Down to the repair shop on Monday.
Down to the repair shop. The old plastic would have collapsed. Anyway, free kick here. So Bartel comes in looking for Crombie, finds him. Troop tried to close him down, but they're a bit late, so...
They're trying to get on the outside east, aren't they? That's what they're trying to do.
So Crombie just decides to load up and kick the ball long. Ezard comes out, flies, gets one hand to it, falls down to Watson Searle. Now over the back was Beardsall. Beardsall comes in and has kicked the goal. Jack Beardsall, some good roving, some good handwork there. So they move to 3-7 now, 6-8 to Thomson. We have gone 19 minutes to Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
Game on. It's, like no one's really, like Thomson have broken away a little bit on the scoreboard, but the game itself, no one's really broken away, have they?
No.
It's just,
they don't look like doing it either, do they?
No. It just looks like it's going to be an arm wrestle right to the end.
So 3-7 to 6-8 we have here at the moment. Thomson in front, but the game on. East getting the goal that they probably needed to bring themselves back in. So Troop and Sobey go at it again. Troop just belts the ball forward once again, but comes back and his second effort can't quite pick it up. Wrapped up there is Mitchell by Hoff.
It's like Jack said, he's running with Ryan Bartel because he's in the middle at the moment. So, he might be a Crombie.
Sorry, he's with Crombie, yeah. So
he was,
the aforementioned Crombie nearly got the one, but the free kick has gone the other way to Mitchell. He's a big bodied unit there.
He is.
John?
He is. Like he was vice captain at Barnheads' last premiership.
So he chips the ball out to Troop.
And he's only going to get better because he hasn't trained all year. It's only his second game back.
Nothing wrong with not training, mate. Darcy Troop goes long into the forward line here, but Dixon spilt what he certainly should have taken up there unopposed. Can't be dropping those 40 out from goal. Pressure on now. Quick handball comes out. Another one feeds out to Ali Mars. Mars goes wide to Mulville. Now they can settle it down. Austin Mulville now looking at options. Went to go to McDonald wide, but he decides to go back across the other side of the ground to Crombie. I suppose, why wouldn't you? He's probably been their best player today, so...
Nearly best on the ground, tell you the honest truth.
No, he's not getting hicks. He went out to Grubby, should have got the cakes the other day. Anyway, the ball hits the deck, spilt again what should have been taken there. Monahan tries to rectify his mistake. He had Crombie there to help him out. Crombie gets a handball over top, too much on it. Coming through his Hoff, he's wrapped up immediately in a tackle. Umpire with no option here but to ball it up, so...
A couple of good efforts from Jordan Cam there. A couple of good tackles. Bloke's half his size. He stopped both of them. So a couple of good efforts there.
Did it without going over the shoulder too, mate.
Yeah.
So Troop and Sobey battle. Troop wins the front position, but Sobey reaches his hand around, taps the ball down. Beardsall can't control the ball, and it goes out of bounds here, right in front of the social rooms here at Richmond Crescent. So I'll have a ball in probably 55 around, 60 around from the Thomson goal. See what they can do here, break open and push forward and get another one out of this forward foray. Troop and Sobey both took each other out of the contest, so the ball hits the ground, coming through the other way. Very well done by Lynch. Lynch throws the ball in the boot. Nasty bounce. Cam does well, taps it down. Wrapped up here, not going anywhere, and we will have a ball up, I'd say.
They need a goal here, Thomson, to tell you the truth. It's been down there a while. If they can kick a goal here, that puts East Geelong a little bit further back, obviously.
Chicken Lynch very good there at the
end.
He was. That was Boyd actually won that one down, but only as far as the boundary line. So the boundary line's played well for both sides today. Poor little blokes in green out there running around, throwing the ball back in.
Do you think the wind's dropped a bit, Spider?
It's very, very still in the box, mate. That's all I can say.
It is. Yeah. That bloke smoking cigars out the front. The wind, it's not coming in anymore.
So the ball lands in the hand of Knight out of the ruck contest. He's wrapped up in a tackle. And we'll have the umpires do it all over again.
Green cigars they were too.
Green cigars, mate. They were flavoured.
Yeah.
They've all here now. Cam and Sobey go at it. Cam, second attempt, gets it out. Handball comes back out to Smeds. Smeds turns around. Handball's out again too. So on the run here is Mitchell. Mitchell with the check side into the fair. Boyd in front, puts the hands up and takes the mark.
Yeah, nah.
Geez, that's Ben Evans liking it, mate.
This is his strength. This is his strength, mate. He leads up well and he's really good in the contest. It's taken him a little while to get going today. But he is a strong mark and usually a reliable kick.
Ben Evans does it really well for Belmont. He just protects the space and then goes to the last second.
Put that big bum out, and they're big men, they're not small men.
Yeah, and they don't get small as the day goes on.
No.
Dale and I said Cres went that tall, and they ran past us. We were like 3'1". Anyway, Boyd comes in, has pulled that one across, through for a minor score.
Jabbed at that, tell you the truth.
Probably twice that Mitch has put the moz on.
Yeah, I'm not saying that again.
6-9 Thomson leading East Geelong 3-7. 23 minutes gone, Drew Andy Cycling Sport.
Couldn't kick over a jam tin.
Ball comes in and it's Crombie that's got the kick in once again. So he's got the ball only 20 metres out from goal, but East Geelong with some possession now to be taken. They're going to go long. Out towards Ezard. Geez, he's in favoured there, but the ball came from in front of the contest. Goes to ground now, picking the ball. Picking the ball up was Hobbs. He was tackled straight away. Dixon has it. Little handball out goes with Mamone. Mamone goes into Andrew. Well chased down by Smets. Well tackled. Brought down. And free kick is going to be rewarded there for his chase.
That's the difference. You saw the play here. Everyone was a bit tentative. Billy Smets just goes bang, you know.
Yep.
Brings the ball out wide. Mark will be taken out this side of the ground. Hennessy.
On his finger, Smets. Going off.
Wrong side. Little short kick up, and that's going to be a spoil, and the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw, which will take place right in front of where we sit. And I mean right in front.
Dale, if we if you're really quick, you can throw the lasso, grab the ball, and just keep bringing it back here, mate.
Yeah, that'd be a nice idea.
Billy's hurt his wrist.
Ooh, no.
He'll be right.
He'll be right. Yeah, he's
He's got two.
So the ball now thrown back in. Both players' hands on each other there, and it goes to in the back. Andrew, little boot towards the half-forward line. Getting the ball. Salajan read it nicely, couldn't complete the mark. Goes into the hands there of Mulville. Ben, that is. Ball comes out of that contest, back into Mamone's hands. He kicks round his body. Bounce will favour, or it favours East Geelong. So went over the top to Mulville. Spun out of trouble, went to Ezard. He puts boot to ball, goes back towards goal, and he has finished nicely. So Taylor Bennett has his first of the afternoon. The fourth now for East Geelong. They're 4-7. They trail Thomson 6-9. 25 gone to Granny Cycling Sports. They've got a small third quarter scoreboard.
Game on here. Game on. You know, that's a vital goal for Eastern Suburbs. They didn't look like kicking one, but it was just a kick down there. Loose ball get. You know, they probably went a little bit harder than what the Thomson boys did, or got the bounce of the ball probably favoured them a little bit better, to be quite truthful. And now it's game on. I suppose if you're the top side, you're not the top side for nothing, Dale. You'll keep coming. Certainly will keep coming.
So ball back in the middle now. Troop and Sobey to do work. Battle. Troop wins that 1-4, but only as far as Dixon. Dixon for East Geelong throws it on the right boot, puts it out in front. Hobbs leading in the race here against Osselbrook. It's a nasty bounce. Comes back to Osselbrook, but he's dispossessed there by Salajan. Could be a free kick jumping over the top, but no, it wasn't in the end. So ball moved forward, looking for Hoff. Can't complete the mark, and we'll have a boundary line throw in about 30 metres out from the East Geelong goal. And I was looking for a forward then, but too much on the kick. They get back-to-back goals here, John. You're right. It's right on, mate.
Yeah, it's right on. They've taken a little bit of control in the last couple of minutes, to tell you the honest truth. So, you know, it's now Thompson's turn to defend.
So, ball being thrown in now. Mulville will take on Troop. Troop just grabs it out of the air, kicks it into his own teammate. So the ball's back in there. Mitchell done really well. Great hands out. Quick kick out of defence here. There's that bounce working for Thomson. Couldn't quite knock the ball over Jacker, but it has another effort. Picked up there by McDonald. Drives it forward. Finds that man Crombie, who has been absolutely everywhere. Ben Crombie now goes short, out wide. That's a lovely kick into space. Mulville couldn't quite grab onto it, but Lowe comes through the other way, wrapped up by Lynch. Taking over the boundary line right in front of the cricket nets here. See the lights are on at Kadinia Park, Mitch.
Yeah, they are.
There's
That's
another,
to keep them warm spot.
There's another $400,000 of debt for the council, paying for that. Well, it's almost no game, but anyway, it's okay. Baldy thrown back in.
Take a while to warm up, Spot.
Ball thrown in now. It's come out here to Dixon. Dixon centres the ball for East Long. Clever kick in the middle there. Punch forward and down. Kelly leading the race. He's dispossessed from it. And strong tackle there. What's the umpire said? Yeah, had to be holding the ball, didn't it, Mitch?
Had to be.
So Mowat here for Thomson to take the free kick deep in defence. Chips the ball over. Well, just got there in the end too. So there's Smets back on Mitch. Told you he had two wrists. He was fine.
Yeah.
He comes back across the face of goal.
He'd kick it to him every time because he's going to get it 9 times out of 10.
Well, he is. So Lynch now for Thomson. Look at his options down the ground. Goes in short, looking for Smets. And there you go. There's the 10th time they don't get it. So Crombie comes across.
Yeah.
Takes a mark. Has played on and has finished. Goal to Ben Crombie. So 2 in a row now for East Geelong. They move to 5-7-37. Trailing Thomson, who are 6-9-45. We have gone 27.5 to Grandy Cycling Sport. Third quarter.
Yeah, that ball was just a little high, hung in the air a little bit long, but Crombie done a great job to jump over the top of Billy Smets and basically pick his pocket, to tell you the honest truth, and then just waltzed in and kicked a goal. Thomson are looking for the siren spider, to tell you the honest truth, I'd reckon, in this quarter, because they controlled it early, but they've got no control at the minute.
Yes, it's definitely swung the second part of the game, or this quarter anyway, again. So the ball back in the middle again. Troop's been doing nicely in there, and again wins possession, but it's Crombie that gets the ball out to Mars. He runs through the middle, looks up to go into their forward line. Watson-Searle, ball gets out the back. Mulville had it, gave it to Watson-Searle. He's on his favourite foot, but came back inside. Into the hands there of Osselbrook. He goes into the forward line, looking for towards Smith. Good spoil from behind there, did nicely. Again, East Geelong packed the numbers, but it's Lynch that ended up with the ball, I think, and kicked the ball sideways. Ball's gone over the boundary line, have a throw in. So a little bit more pressure in the forward half for East Geelong at the moment. Been able to retain it in there for a little while.
Regardless of which way this game goes, I think this game has shown that it's still the race is still on for the premiership.
Mm.
So the ball is from that ruck contest, sneaks out the back. Osselbrook tried to protect the ground, but I'm doing it again. And
oh no. No. Oh, my goodness me.
Oh, I wouldn't have paid that because I thought Osselbrook was the first bloke to drive on top of the ball.
Oh, Jesus.
They've got a long way from the ball.
They've got to be seen. But anyway, we're a long way away. But
not that far away, Mitch. We're not that far away, mate. I can see the lights in your park from here, mate. We're not that far away.
So Benny Crombie with an opportunity to kick his second goal within a minute. And this will close things right up. It'll be actually a 2-point margin if he kicks accurately. So Crombie from 20 metres out, almost directly in front.
That's a horrible
It wasn't a great kick off the boot, but I think it has got the desired effect. He has got his second of the quarter. And East Geelong to 6-7. They trailed Thomson 6-9, 29, almost 30 minutes gone. The Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Just goes to show you've got to take your opportunities when they're there. You know, Boyd missed one from close in. There's been a couple of missed shots from close in this quarter by Thomson, and East Geelong have taken their chances. So they're back in this, and in all honesty, they're on top at the moment.
Just watch the replay, Mitch. That's a horrible kick.
Yeah. It's only got to go through. Only got to go through Spider. Yeah.
Anyway, so we're back to a 2-point ball game here. Ball in the middle now. Sobey and Troop. Troop gets over the top, wins that one down to Smeds. Smeds can't take with him. Jacko wraps Crombie up high. I think the initial top of the arm and 50. I reckon someone's giving him a bit of a burst there.
Yeah.
I reckon someone's giving a burst because it happened quick.
First 50 we've got first 50 we've got today, so that's not bad for Thomson. We usually give away half a dozen.
Well, that's $50 fine to someone. I don't know who it was, but probably might give it to Troopy because he's down the mark. So anyway, Benny Crombie, who we said has probably been close to best on Cres, has a chance now to put East Geelong in front. Goes back with a bit better kick off the boot this time. Hey, all like it. The hand's gone in the air, Barry O'Toole style. Benny Crombie has his third for the day. Has the seventh for East Geelong. They move to 7-7-49. Leading Thomson now 6-9-45, and we've gone 31 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter.
I hope there's not another 10 minutes to go, Spide, because if there is, we're in strife.
16, mate, 16.
Could be 5 behind.
Yeah, we'd be 5 behind if there's another 10 to go.
5-2 they've kicked this quarter, John.
Yeah, no, Thomson have got to arrest this now, otherwise
they just want to hold up.
East Geelong will run away with this, but you got to show your character now. Now it's easy when you're in front. You got to show it when you're behind.
So Ruckman again, ball goes up again. This time maybe Sobey gets the ball down again. That's not going to clear the centre circle, and the umpire will come in and take possession of it. So Troopy's trying to get a run up, and he's neither player got the clean possession again, and again it comes out to Osselbrook. He's tackled immediately. Ball back to the umpire once again. So we've moved only about 10 metres from the centre square. Troop this time front possession, goes in short.
Too high.
With there, free kick has been given, and it's going to go to Mitchell. So Mitchell now with the ball. Has a player out wide. We'll use him, and it's Billy Smets, so he's a little bit of space. Asking the players to come at him. Not too sure where his options are going to be, but he's been called to play on now by the umpire, so a little bit longer into their half-forward line. Mark not taken at ground level. King ran past the ball, but it's Troop that went back and collected. He's tackled straight away.
And he tried to fend off. He tried to fend off first, so that was fair enough.
So this time the ball is back now with Sam Lowe. So Lowe has the ball, and it's, as I said, East Geelong I think will be content with where they're at this stage of the game, but he decides to go longer back over centre wing. Mulville from behind couldn't take the mark. King got the handball outside. Running player is Andrew. Picked the ball up, was tackled, brought to ground, and umpire said, let's have it back. We'll have a ball up which will take place in between wing and half forward. East Geelong back in attack.
I think it might be nearly time to put Jordan Cam in the ruck. and troop to centre forward. See how that goes.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt. The ball, handball out the top, goes towards Donahue. Dark put
gone.
himself
That's
under a little bit of
Ball.
pressure.
I would have paid hold.
And the siren has sounded anyway, so it won't make any difference in this quarter because East Geelong have made a charge and lead now 7-7 to the East Geelong side, 6-9. Thomson and goal kickers. Benny Crombie with 3 in all in that quarter, and all within about 3 minutes. Jack Beardsall 1, Lowe, Watson, Searle and Ezard all with 1, and Thomson, they're 6 all individuals. Knight, Boyd, Hannessy, Troop, Cam and Kerslake. Take a short break, come back, final quarter action. Not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
And didn't really take full toll of the opportunities they had. And East Geelong are a good side. They're on top of the ladder for a reason, so they're always going to come back. And Ben Crombie lit the spark. I think he kicked 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of that last quarter, 5 to 10 minutes. They started to get the ball out of the centre, and interestingly enough, as I mentioned at quarter time, Thomson were all standing there with their hands on the shoulders. Guess who's standing there with their hands on the shoulders in the huddle this time? East Geelong. They obviously realise they're in a fight, and they definitely are in a fight. They've hit the front for basically the since the 13-minute mark of the first quarter. Can they go on and win it? Well, maybe they can. Can Thomson arrest their slide? Well, maybe they can as well. It's been a great game of footy, but what it says to me, Spider, and both sides have people that can come back, that this premiership is not won yet. East Geelong are a very, very good side and have players to come back. Thomson can be a good side. They have a number of players to come back, so it's still game on as far as the finals go. Both sides are beatable today, regardless of what happens. It's been a great game of local football, and it's been hard fought. So we'll just see what happens in the last 5 minutes. They've got to tag Crombie, in my opinion. I'd put Jordan Cam in the ruck, but that's okay. I'm not the coach. Thomson's back line's held up well. Their forward line's had opportunities they haven't taken, so we'll see what happens.
The intrepid reporter says that Crombie's going to get a hard tag.
A hard tag. Well, he probably should have had a hard tag from the start, in my opinion, but that's okay. Can Billy Smets turn the game? Because that's one of the things that happens a lot of times with Thomson.
Lynchy might be just holding his bow, just a few strings in his bow just for a bit later on. Lynchy might be just sitting back looking at it.
Bannockburn 53, Winch 83, Werribee 59, and Geelong West 34.
One thing I'll say about Lynchy, he has planned this game very, very well because, coming into it, a lot of people wouldn't have thought Thomson would be this close. So they've played a good brand of footy against East Geelong, so we'll just see what happens.
Still 0-0 at St Albans, Lara. Obviously, it's not working. well,
we think that's what's happening.
Well, I'm going to run with that.
I hope it's a close game down there and the people enjoy it, to tell you the truth.
Well, you'd think they'd can they drag a crowd at that game? But I wouldn't have a clue. But umpire says, let's start this final quarter. All important last quarter. From the middle, Logan Mitchell was trying to emerge with the ball, but he was tackled immediately. And he will hand the ball back to the umpire. A repeat of a ball up, which will take place. Troop this time gets front position and taps it out. Goes towards Sheedy. He is tackled again. And that's not moving from there. Umpire back again with the ball.
Sammy Jack has got Crombie. That's interesting.
So the ball's thrown up and the ball comes out. And again, we're going to have repeat number 3. Troop hobbled away from that a little bit. Thought he might have landed a bit awkwardly on the ankle, but he's back in there and going it again. Sobey this time taps the ball down, goes towards King. He can't pick the ball up cleanly. I think that was Smetch that emerged with the ball. Campbell comes out, went to Tomlinson. Again, a kick off the boot to Kerslake, goes to Jacket, did that nicely, ran through the contest, got boot the ball. Didn't travel too far with that kick. Going back, Dixon never had any eyes
good
but
job.
The ball
No,
and
good
took
job.
the mark. So Dixon now for East Geelong has a player short. He's going to see the big fella Sobey all by himself. Lucky he was that tall that he nearly fell out of his hands.
He jumped about a week early.
Yeah, he did it pretty okay. As I said, the big fella is a good user of the football. He kicked out wide, and guess who? Benny Crombie goes in short, this time to Fanning. Handball goes back to Crombie. He plays on and looks to deliver the ball back through the middle of the ground. Donahue read that nicely. Actually, I don't know whether he actually finished the mark off. He put it down, but the umpire said that's good enough for him. That's all that counts. Again, the short kick goes towards Jacker. Wants to go and continue and kick the ball long into their forward line. Sobey is best positioned. He had the hands on the ball, picked up by Cam. Handballs over the top to Sheedy. His kick goes back towards the goal square. Mark not taken down there, but the umpire said it's over the shoulder. Free kick is going to go to Jacob Knight.
And he can't kick. He's a terrible kick, Knight. He's 10 metres out. He's a terrible kick. I don't think he'll kick this one, Spider.
So what are you saying? He kicked 4 goals, 117 the other year, was it?
I'm not going to put the moz on him.
I like that, Mitch. That's good. That's really good. Got to say, very impressed with you there, John.
An early opportunity here for Thomson to get themselves a little bit closer and actually put themselves in front. So from about 25 metres out.
You're right, Mitch. You're spot on, mate.
Doesn't matter what you say today, Mitch. He's not going to kick him.
He's not kicking him today.
6-10 now to the Thomson side. 7-7 East Geelong. 2.5 gone. And Connect Tel final quarter scoreboard.
This just makes me laugh.
Goodness me. What can you do? I'm trying my best, Spide.
You can kick the goals. I think you're
That's
that
another
far out.
opportunity missed. It was only 20 metres out. 25
Ali Mars
metres out.
now to restart play. Sam Lowe offers him good lead, but probably went a little bit too early. Anyway, Mars comes out to the commentary side of the ground. At the back cam flies. Ball hits the deck. Quick handball over the top. Andrew overruns the ball there. And back the other way. Wrapped under the tackle is McDonald. He's brought to ground right on the 50-metre line here. Thompson's attacking zone. We'll have a ball up. Currently ticked over 3 minutes. Connectel final quarter here at Richmond Crescent. Ball in the air now. Troop holds front position. Does well, but only as far as Andrew. Andrew tackles. He kicks the ball. Heads out towards the boundary line. That's where it'll go. In front of Lynch and Mulville. So we'll have a ball in. I've got to stand up so I can't see through. Even though my glass is that thick, Mitch, I still can't see through metal. So
Fair enough.
put me in around.
That's a fair point. You're acting as a windbreak, so that's good.
Fantastic. I'm a side screen during cricket season, windbreak during winter. I like that. So the ball thrown in now. Troop in front. Sobey comes from behind, but Troop does well, but only as far as Crombie, who's wrapped up immediately by Jacker. Ball handed back to the umpire now. So thrown up straight away. Neither one. Troop actually gets a foot to it in the end, only as far as Sam Lowe. Ball spills out the side, picked up by King, who throws it on the boot quickly. Ezard leads in the race. Ball bounced over his head. Grabbed out of air by Kelly. Done really well. There goes Lynch, who's dispossessed as he got to go rid of it. Off the ground by Mitchell. Done really well. There was Dixon. Goes back to Crombie. Crombie about to get wrapped up. Does well to get round a couple of tackles. Throws the ball on the boot. 3-on-2 situation. Mulville in front there. That was Ben Mitchell. Done really well, but he's wrapped up by Austin Mulville, and we'll have a ball up. Half forward line here for Thomson. 4.5 gone. Connectel final quarter here at Richmond Crescent. So Troop and Ben Mulville do the work. Mulville wins that one down as far as King. King handballs right to Lowe. Lowe went to go to kick, then changed his mind. Umpire said he didn't really have a chance. Great tackle there by Charlie Donoghue.
I think if he had a chance to kick it, Spide, and then got tackled, he might have had a chance to get rid of it.
Yeah,
But
probably
anyway.
too, mate, but that's not my rule. That was there. So the ball goes up, neither ruckman get a hand to it. Comes over the back to Jacker. Jacker's quick kick out only as far as Ali Mars. Not called 15, so he goes long. Goes over the head of Mulville. Sheedy dispossessed. Done really well there, Hobbs. Just taps it out. Didn't quite get hand contact to it. Wrapped up, tackled here, brought the ground up. I was going to pin this one, Mitch. So there's your...
Yeah, I don't know.
might be a square up, mate.
I don't know about this rule. I can never pick it. Maybe it's me.
No, but I'm with you, mate. So ball board out wide here. Nice looking kick, finds Donoghue. Donohue's got Sheedy in short here with the handball. So use him, goes back to Donoghue, which hasn't really gained anything at all. But now they're messing around at Thomson. They're in a bit of trouble here. Quick kick forward by Sheedy. Oh, the ball just eludes Fanning, but Sam Lowe just comes through with class, picks it up, chips the ball to Mulville. This is Ben. He's got players out wide screen for it. Who else but Crombie? That hard tag's obviously frozen. So chips the ball in the middle here. Look at that. Sam Lowe kept running on and takes the mark right on the 50-metre line for East Geelong. Strong lead coming across. Kick is nice. Billy Andrew takes the mark. And he'll be kicking from about 45. So intrepid reporter, Andy the Sleuth Richards, was completely wrong. Otherwise, Crombie's just still doing what he pleased.
I think he's supposed to. Sammy Jack is supposed to be running with him, but he might be able to keep up.
Yeah, there's not a problem about keeping up, but just watch where he goes and stay with him anyway.
One of the issues when you're not used to when you're an attacking player and you're not used to it, you tend to run after the footy, see ball, get ball. So
Andrew comes in now, kicks, not going to quite get the distance. Pack forms at the front, brought to ground. Mulville does really well, gets a hand to it, handballs over his brother Ben. Ben kicks the ball straight up in the air, and that'll almost hit the netball courts, I think. And there'll be a resultant out-of-bounds free kick here to Thomson, which Stephen Seligen will take once the ball is retrieved from Mitch's car park. That's a nice kick by the young whoever kicked that. Over the fence and everything, straight down Seligen's throat. So Seligen now, 7 minutes gone, connect our final quarter to kick Thomson out of the fence. Nice long kick down the line. Ball in the air, flies, hits the ground. Coming through was Fanning. He couldn't go with it, but chipped over the top there by Mitchell. That's a great looking kick too. Plenty of space, time. Handball over there was Tomlinson. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Went to get rid of it, but... that was a fantastic tackle there by who else? Crombie. Crombie comes in short to Lowe. Sheedy trying to close down the space. Couldn't do it. Mars looking for the ball further out. But Lowe decides to go short. That's a risky kick. And Mulville couldn't take it. Falls back in the hands of Lowe, who's some fantastic work. Follows up. Chips over top. Austin Mulville in front here. Beautiful kick of the footy, but a bit too far out for him to score, I think.
Thomson becoming reactive Spider in the last couple of minutes, not proactive, reactive.
Look at that for a kick. Finds Smith. Smith turns around the right foot. Troop in the best place to mark this one. The contest comes, hits the ground. Huff takes it, throws it on the boot, and has hit the post.
Hit the post. Thomson should have marked that ball 10 metres out, but it went through the Thomson player's hands. So, yeah, they're becoming a bit reactive, Spide, not proactive. They've got to get back on their bike.
They do. So 7, 9, 6, 10. Over to you, Dale.
Sammy Jacker decides he's going to kick in now and go long. He goes out towards Cam. Cam in front. Ball from behind by Sobey. Ball comes out of that contest. Mulville. Ben kicks into the forward line. Went through the hands. Into the hands now. Picked up out by Hobbs. Got the handball out the back. Put Mowat under a little bit of pressure. Ball goes back towards the boundary line and over. And the umpire will come in and have a ball in. About 15 around from the behind post. Hope the players' comfort levels is nice out there, because I'll tell you what.
We're just about to light a fire in here.
I'll tell you what, it won't take much either. The ball is thrown in, and a quick tackle on Osselbrook will see the umpire ask for possession of the ball, and he throws it up very quickly. Mulville there, Troops there, ball from that contest. Lynch had it. Might have been a bit lucky because he actually put it down when he was tackled.
Definitely was.
Ball goes back towards the boundary line now. Benny Melville sees it over the boundary and will have another throw-in which will take place about on the 15-metre arc out there. So East Geelong just been able to keep the ball in their forward half. Throw in again. Troop taps the ball down. Cleared away this time by Jacker. Goes outside 50. Coming across was Fanning. Couldn't pick the ball up. Now at ground level. Cam had it and was brought to ground, I thought, without the ball then. Ball comes out of that contest now. Donahue, he picks the ball up, got the handball away, did that nicely outside Tomlinson. Now the ball from Sheedy goes into their centre wing position, but maybe just the pace and that calf not quite moving as well as it was.
Certainly
and
not.
Lee has taken the mark, and he'll send the ball back the other way now. Mulville in front, ball gets out the back. Sheedy's there. He kicks round the body. He goes back towards Lee once again, and again he takes the mark. So Lee handballs into Ali Mars. Mars now, he kicks along the boundary line. He might be a bit sore too there, do you reckon, Mitch?
He certainly, the calf certainly hurt him.
Benny Mulville now, he gets the ball out of that contest. Mitchell arrives, puts himself out over the top of the ball. Over the top's now Osselbrook. Ball needs to come out, and it has. Johnny Yu had it, and Osselbrook went back after it once again. So it's come out. Sheedy went to Sheedy, and Sheedy was tackled high, and it's got to be a free kick.
Goodness.
Umpire said no.
What? How could that not be a free kick?
I'd say it was the wrong side of the contest there, I reckon.
Must have been the wrong
I was going to say
side.
it was Jackson Sheedy. You can't get him over there. He said he got ripped off in the third quarter.
Put his hand down his neck, Spider.
So the ball is thrown up very quickly again. Both ruckmen missed the ball. Bose now is tapped back inside, goes to Hoff, boots round the body, goes back towards the goals. It's going to run through and over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw in.
He's been good, Hoff, I reckon.
Yes.
He's been good.
They kicked 6 or 7 last week, didn't he, Dale? Or 5 or 6, something last week.
Hoff last week got 6.
6, there you go. He hasn't kicked one today.
No, he hasn't, but he's
Played in
been
the
good.
middle.
He's been lively, I reckon.
His hands are good for a bloke of his size, I reckon. That's
He's 6 foot 4, Dale. It looks like 2 for 1 out there, though.
Well, doesn't matter, Spiders. His hands are good. So the ball from that run contest, and again, it's emerged there, kicked away by Knight, goes out towards centre wing. Don't pay one now.
No, don't do that.
Thank God for that.
I thought he might have.
Actually, I reckon there's a couple of times today they could have actually put it, but I'm glad they're not doing it. It's not at our level.
No, that's right. It's ridiculous.
That's gone 60 metres.
Yeah.
In your
direction. Yeah, that's right.
Well, that doesn't make any difference sometimes with them blokes. But anyway, the ball comes out in the front of the contest, and the ball is now running back towards the boundary line. Picked up again. Crombie did nicely. Quick hands to Beardsall. Beardsl's kick along the boundary line, and let his dribble over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in which will take place.
Kangaroos 11 points up with 4 minutes to go.
Fair income.
Yep.
Who are they playing?
Suns.
Suns.
They're not playing at home.
Disappointing.
They're not playing at home, mate. That's their issue. They've got to get their credit across that, and they might be all right.
Yeah.
So the ruck contest out the far side. Osselbrook was there, but didn't win possession of it. It's now I'm not too sure who's over the top of the ball, but the umpire says, don't worry about who's got it because I'm going to have it. And just attacking side for the East Geelong side, centre wing, far side.
Bit of a stalemate at the minute, Dale.
Yeah, it's tightened up again, hasn't it? It just seems to flow, then tightens up, and Now Mitchell tries to get the handball outside. That was okay because he did that nicely. The ball goes through Fanning. The ball went through a couple of players now, but Fanning's going to be the first to arrive back. Then he slipped over, got the handball out. But unfortunately, Thomson with the numbers around the contest. The player coming the other day was Lee, did a nice bit of work off the ball. Handball goes back outside to Crombie. A little chip up over the top. And the markers will be taken out there by Dixon. And he will now obviously slow things down and have a look forward to see what's available. There are a few players back behind, but Dixon's not going to take any chances. He goes straight and down the line towards Ezard again. Numbers around the contest, definitely with Thomson. Troop laid a tackle out there. I can't see who he got hold of, but did that nicely. And umpire says, I'm going to take it back once again. So another ball up takes place, Spider. We've gone 13 minutes. It is 7-8 for East Geelong, 6-10 Thomson.
So Sobey there gets front position, brings it to ground in front of Stoneham. Kick forward there by East Geelong. Is Billy Smids out there?
Yeah, he's out there, Billy. Yeah, he's been out there. Sometimes when you're streaming forward and you've got the ball, you've got to be pretty hard at it, but you've also got to lay it off if you need to lay it off.
Absolutely.
You can't just think goals straight away.
So Stoneham and Sobey. Sobey just uses strength, get in front, wins that one down. Wrapped up, tackles immediately. Umpire hovering around. What's he going to do here? He's going to say holding the ball.
No
Yes,
doubt.
he is. Yes, he is. Trying to break through the pack. Can't do that. So Thomson looking to move the ball quickly here. Options not a lot down the ground. So just goes long down the line as Hennessy. Nice kick in the end in front of Troop. Troop did well. Got two hands to it. Brought it to ground. Clean pick up there, but immediately wrapped up as soon as the ball's come off the ground. Umpire says, I'll have it, and we'll have another ball up.
It's a pretty desperate game from both sides. There's not much space out there, and as soon as someone gets hold of it, they're tackled fairly quickly, aren't they?
51 plays 48. We've gone 14 minutes. Connect our final quarter. So Sobey wins that one down. Ball hits the deck again. Players stack on it. Ball comes free. Nice quick kick there forward by Mitchell. Out in front of Boyd. Boyd can't quite take the mark. Could have been a chop in the hands. Wasn't paid. Fanning takes ball, runs out, goes short. Is it 2 or 3 here? That's out in front of Smith. Smith gets a quick handball over the top, but not probably where he wanted it to go. In the end, players stack on it. Knocked out. Out she goes. Ball about to be thrown in. Knight's been everywhere, mate.
No, he has been. I think, like in all honesty, in defence of Boydie, he would swallow those marks. Normally, he's not right. He's hobbling down there.
Anyway, ball thrown back in, goes over the back. Anyway, well done by Andrew. He's got time, gets a handball over to King. King has time and space. Looks forward on the right foot. Chips it out. Not a great kick out there in front of Watson Silver, but he's done really well. Puts the opponent down, and King runs in. I think you might have too. Short one over the top, finds a Mulville. Already got him in the throat, Mitch, or the eye, has he?
He's got him somewhere right in the honker, I reckon. He's looking for blood.
Wasn't it just sort of push, wasn't it? Seemed in the wrong spot. Anyway, Austin Mulville now has a chance. Nice little angle to look at it from here, Mitch.
Yeah,
you're watching the screen, mate. That's fine.
He's fine. I think he should kick this fairly comfortably, to tell you the honest truth. He's a good kick at the footy.
He is a good kick at the footy. You're looking into that telephone pole, I'd reckon, right over the top of that shed. That's what I'd be aiming. So Mulville comes in now 30 metres out. Kicks a goal. Look at that. That is what we said we wanted from him. That's what he's delivered. He's first of the afternoon. Austin Mulville, the 8th for East Geelong. They moved to 8-9, leading Thomson, who are 6-10, and we have gone 16 minutes. Connect out. Final quarter.
I tried to put the mocker on him, but it didn't work.
No, it hasn't worked for you. Gold Coast 5 points down with 2 minutes to go.
Okay. They might still win the Gold Coast.
So.
You would hope not, because North have had a couple of opportunities. Poor buggers, and they need to win one.
So we've got to play Richmond.
You sound like you're talking through your pocket, Dale.
Oh, no, I've actually put me 20 tips, but I just like to see them win one. When they're really good against Collingwood a couple of weeks back.
Should have won, though. They've got 50 points up. You don't lose that. Anyway, back here. Back in the middle, Stoneham taking on Sobey. Sobey takes the space. Stoneham reaches over the top, goes to Mitchell. Mitchell gets a quick kick out of the middle. That's not a mark, but Dixon tried to claim it. Chips out wide to Mulville Ben. Ball hits the deck. Lynch does really well. Taps over, gets it back himself. Goes the handball out in front of King. King fighting for the ball out there with Sheedy. The ball beats them both over the line. So we'll have a banjo line thrown right in front of the East Geelong coaches box, which is true centre wing here at Richmond Crescent. The southern side of the ground, so
it's getting dark here, Spide.
We'll just turn the lights around from GMHBA Stadium, mate. We'll be fine. Ball thrown in. Tapped down there by Stoneham in the back. Done well there with Smets. Smets feeds the handball through. Quick kick forward now. Thomson on the burst. Fanning gets in front. He's taken out by his teammate there. It's a harsh fall, but he done well to get back up. Ball spills free. Mast done well. Look at both knees. Knocked it forward. Wrapped it up now, and we'll have another ball up just inside the forward 50 for Thomson, who would like one now, mate. 7.5
they don't like
Connectel.
one. They need one. They need one bad.
Mitchell just burrows through, pushes the ball, kicks it long now. Coming out was Monahan. Went with McDonald. Monahan ends up getting it. Gets a quick handball out. Teammate under pressure. What? North Melbourne win, did they?
Well, There's more interest in the North game than this game at the moment.
We'll know if North Melbourne win, mate, because Tyler will go nuts and we'll lose all audio. Anyway, ball tapped down here. Wrapped up, gone. No prior opportunity here. The umpire had no choice but to pay a free kick.
Yeah. Right. Game over, Spider.
Game over?
Yeah.
Game over.
Exactly. North have got their hands in the air.
North won?
They've won one.
Jeez. I'll take it off them somehow. So, free kick now. Coming out of the back for East Geelong. Monahan goes long down the line. In the Izzard direction, puts the big mitts up and takes Mowat at the back.
Mowat grabbed that.
He must be in front of Izzard, mate. Daniel Mowat now comes back, driving Thomson back into attack, right into the hot spot here. Dangerous kick. Troop puts the hands up. King gets wrapped up as soon as he takes the ball. Umpire says, give it to me. So 20 metres out from the Thomson goal.
They need a goal from this foray.
Nearly 19 minutes gone. Connectel final quarter. Ball in the air now. Tap down. Crombie gets it. Breaks one. Gets a handball out. Chopped off there, but in there again. It was that might be a free kick to Della. Is it? I reckon too high. No.
I agreed, Spot. I thought from here that was.
I can't see. It can't have been blindsided, mate. If we could see it from here.
It just maybe the angle he went to ground. I don't know, but
you've been too kind, Dale.
Well, there we go. Well done by Smets. That one's too high.
Now,
so Billy Smets.
This is no certainty.
The other free kick is too high.
You're genuine here.
I am genuine here.
This is not the
this is no certainty. Billy, ex-Carlton champion, please put it through just to make the game a little closer.
Ex-Carlton champion.
Yeah, ex-Carlton. That's what I tell him at mealtime.
Of course, you get your hat signed by him, don't you? So Billy Smeds coming in now, kicking from about 30 metres. In he comes. Drops
That's
it very, very nicely. Umpire moves a couple. Billy Smets.
Well done, Billy. One more. It'll be good for us. Billy Smets has probably been Thomson's best player, I would imagine, today, or most effective player anyway.
Yep.
If he can, he's in the centre now, so if he can get another clearance and get it down there, Bordy will snag one sooner or later, I'd imagine, but because he's hobbling around on one leg. So
he's done his hip, John. I reckon he got kneed in the hip in the contest. Yes.
Did he? Right. Yeah. Okay. So it's not
or
the
just,
calf.
Just the front.
I reckon it's the calf.
Oh, probably it's the calf. Front of the Anyway, it's 8-9 East Geelong, 7-10 Connectel final quarter here. We've gone 20 minutes.
Back in the middle, an important clearance here. And we've got Stoneham doing the ruck work. And again, he taps the ball down. Smets emerges with it, puts boot to ball. It wasn't a great kick off the boot, but it's gone towards centre half forward. Mark not taken out there by either player at ground level. Comes out the back now, going back and collected it. Was nice work. Stoneham had the ball. He put the handball forward. Again, they keep the ball alive. Cres, like he must be playing forward now. And it's also Knight in there. The ball comes out towards Fanning. He couldn't take control of it. Andrew tries to emerge with it, but he was tackled, brought quickly to ground. Umpire in will take possession of it.
We've got Maxi Della on the wing, and Kerslake looks like he's going forward to the half forward flank. Della's on number 3.
Sam Lowe.
Sam Lowe, yeah.
So the ball thrown up quickly by the umpire. Sobey taps the ball down, goes to Lowe, got the handball out the back. Bartel puts the ball back towards centre wing, going back. Mulville had one hand on it. It was taken away from him. It's up in the hands of Seligen. Long back into forward. In front, Boyd up. Couldn't take the mark. Good spoil from behind at ground level. Picked up, and a tackle was made quickly on Hennessy. He got the ball out somehow, but the umpire said it has gone over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in, which will take place.
That was a strong spoil from the East Geelong defender.
Yeah, I don't know whether that calf's 100% made, as I said, but he's out there and he's going to finish the game by the looks of it. So an opportunity for the break next week. That balling wasn't all that great. It's running back towards the goals. Now the umpire says we're going to do that once again. I don't know why I had to wait so long to do it, but anyway.
How many minutes has gone in this quarter?
22.
22. They've all gone about 30 minutes, haven't they?
Yep, pretty close.
So there's plenty of time left, I'd imagine, for both sides.
So the ball thrown back in again. It wasn't. It was Cam this time doing the ruck work. And again, player is tackled very quickly. And the umpire is going to do the same and ball it up.
Sammy, you need to get back. You don't need to be in there.
I think he's gone down to pick up Crombie at the moment.
Pick up Crombie, yeah.
So they're in the ruck contest. Ball comes out of there. And again, with the number of players around, I'm just not 100% sure who has it. It doesn't matter. The umpire's going to have it very shortly because he's asking for it back. So again, still 20 metres out from the Thomson goal. Cam and Sobey. Sobey took that ball out of the ruck contest, kicked ball back towards the half-back line, was taken from that contest, and it's been in the hands now of Bartel. Looked up, went across the ground, saw King by himself. He got a clean pick-up. Handball goes out wide, and again, they look to deliver the ball long out towards Hoff. Bounce wasn't great for any player out there, but Mulville ran onto it. Now the kick out the back. Watson Searle, can he get there? No, he can't, but he wanted the ball to bounce. 2-on-1 situation. Salagin's there. Watson Searle, I thought, did that okay, did he, or not? Kicked the goal, and he has snuck it through. So Jake Watson Searle, his second goal of the afternoon, a 9-8. East Geelong 7-10 to the Thomson side, and 24 minutes have ticked by. Condactel final quarter scoreboard.
That could be the final nail in the coffin. It was down in the Thomson forward line for 2 or 3 minutes. They couldn't score. It was cluttered up. Ball bounces out, short kick, and they got it over the back and away they went. So Watson Searle did a magnificent job there because it was a 2-on-1.
Two big blokes too.
It was tapped back, and maybe he was lucky to get the ball because there could have been a free kick, but not the case.
Troop versus Sobey. Troop wins the toss with that one down, but can't do anything with it. Andrew Bartel busts through the pack, throws on at left foot. Mulville leading the race. He's doing everything he can to get there. Done really well. Controlled the footy. Done it well. Sheedy. Hit from the side. Already is it from the side there, not from the front. But anyway, the umpire's out there. He's called it as he's seen it. So Sheedy now heard the loud call. It's going to fall short. Dixon puts the hand up, brings the ball to ground. Bartel stand there, throws on the right boot. Finds Crombie. Crombie trips wide to Mulville. Mulville done well to bring it to ground. Had Lowe one way, Fanning the other. Went to Fanning. He goes to Lowe. He goes over the top to Dixon. Can't control the ball. Cam coming through the other way. Sam Jacker in to lend assistance. Just kicks a mongrel punt out of defence. Pressure on the forwards here. Done really well. There was Boyd. Controlled it well. Crombie put the hand in. Brilliant play by Crombie. Sobey spilt that, but had time to get it up to Bartel. Bartel now chips out very, very wide. Mulville running onto it. That's Ben. He does well. Picks the ball up. Could have gone to Beards or decided to go long. Smith comes out, taps the ball really well to Hoff. Hoff throws on the boot. One-on-one contest here. Watson Searle nearly grabs it while he's laying on the ground. The ball comes over the back, bouncing everywhere. That's going to be a free kick, I would have thought. No, umpire let it go.
Sun was in the umpire's eyes, Spider.
Umpire's still at the ball everywhere. Ball comes out to Dixon now. Dixon on the right foot. Could put the icing on the cake, and he has.
Yes, it's game over now, Spider, I'd imagine. East Geelong have just had a little bit of... the football gods have gone their way, to be quite truthful, in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Bounce of the ball here, bounce of the ball there. But
rub of the green, John, rub of the green?
Just the rub of the green. They seem to be running on top of the ground a little bit better too, just quietly. Look, it's... one would hope now that they don't kick 2 or 3 in a row to make it look like it's a comfortable win, because it hasn't been.
So, 26 minutes, Connectel final quarter here sees East Geelong 10-9-69 leading Thomson, who are 7-10-52.
So back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. And the ball is now thrown up. Troop back in there doing the ruck work. Gets the ball down to Mitchell. Mitchell goes by hand outside to Smets and gets nicely into their forward line. Boyd's up. Mark taken this time, the big fella. And he will go back and he will have a shot at goal from about 40 to 50 out.
Can't get up.
that might have been the final nail in the old calf, I reckon, that one there.
No, he's all right. He's had a bounce. He's fine.
Yeah, he'll be right.
You already caught one to the front there, John, the sort of hip flexor.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the thigh.
Yeah.
In the contest a bit earlier.
So he's had a few opportunities here this afternoon. This is probably the most difficult one, I would think. The longest shot he's had at goal. He loads up, kicks long, it is offline, and it is through for another minor score. He has 1-5 for the afternoon.
Yep.
And 7-11 now, Thomson. They trail East Geelong on 10 goals 8. We've gone just over 27 minutes.
It's like a 60-degree wedge, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Mars kicks in, goes short to the back line, and the mark has been taken out there by Monaghan. So he goes back to the goal square with Mars. Another short kick. I thought it was going to be a short kick. It was going to go to Bartel, but he's gone a little bit longer now.
Oof.
Dangerous kicks. He's put it where the numbers are for the Thomson side. That was well done. I'm not so sure the Geelong player was by himself, but he's held that up very nicely.
Is that Mulville?
It was...
What in Mulville?
No, it was Mamone, I think.
Mamone.
Yeah, so he did that pretty well.
Mm.
So umpire now with the ball, outside 50. Sobey doing the ruck work and Troop also there. Both players ended up on the ground.
That was just ugly, wasn't it?
Ball's gone over the boundary line, so the umpire to throw it back in, and we're slowly running out of time here at 28 minutes gone in this final quarter. Ball is thrown back in. Both players, they just want to have an arm wrestle now. Sobey stays on his feet and kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Mowatt's up in front, takes the mark. So Thomson will need to keep the ball moving, and that's what they're going to do. Mowatt's going to go long, back towards the big fella on Boyd. Good contest around there. Pecked off there by Beardsall. Beardsall just puts boot to ball, goes back outside 50. Hoff, good hands.
Good man.
Up, and he takes the mark. So Hoff now with the ball. Just still defensive side of centre wing, and he looks to drive the ball to the true centre wing. Smith wants to jump up over the top, but Salajan again in front. Easy mark, uncontested. Goes back quickly the other way. Good spoil from behind. Picked up there by Ben Mulville. Goes quickly back towards centre half forward. Chitty was there. Watson Searles taking the ball. Got support back by Lowe. Lowe puts boot to ball. Kicks into their half forward line. Again, Salajan leads in the race for the ball. Just needs that bounce to come up to him. Osselbrook takes... actually, it wasn't Osselbrook. It was... Lynch. Sorry, mate. Yes, you're right. Picked up there. Mars goes short in towards Hoff, and he takes the mark once again. Just slowing things down now. So Hoff between the centre square line and the full or the circle and the half forward line. He's just going to go long and direct. Smith 1-on-2 down there. Ball comes to ground. Picked up. Hobbs got the handball away. Watson a little smart kick along the ground.
Touched.
Touch, says the umpire. Through for a minor score. Good pick up.
Watson's celebrating like it was. He kicked it.
He's not going to go to the camera.
No, they're not going for the replay.
No,
There's one
no
thing
replay.
about that. No replay.
They called it straight away. Field umpire called it straight away.
Yeah,
Called
yeah.
touch straight away.
Very
so.
nicely. So 10-9 now to East Geelong. 7-11 Thomson and Connectel final quarter scoreboard. We've gone 29.5.
So Salajan brings the ball in quickly. Mowat did well come across. Dropped the mark when he should have taken. Throws on left out in front of Cam. It doesn't really matter because there is the final siren here. Sees the home side and top of the table East Geelong 10-10-70 defeat Thomson. Sorry, East Geelong 10-10-70 defeat Thomson 7-11-53. Some goal kickers, please, Dale.
Yes, 4 East Geelong, 3 to Crombie, 2 to Watson Searle, 1 each to Beardsall, Lowe, Dixon, Ezard and Mulville. And for the Thomson side, all individuals, Knight, Boyd, Hennessy, Smets, Troop, Cam and Kerslake. We'll take a short break, come back, and we'll have final scores from around the grounds. And we're doing the 3-2-1 still slide today, are we? And we'll have our best player judged by the 3 judges here. You listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
We are back.
Oh, you can if you want.
Yeah.
Back here at Oswide Plumbing and Civil Oval, where the home side, East Geelong, have prevailed 10-10-70 to Thomson 7-11-53. We got the Lara and St Albans scores, 8-8-56 to St Albans. Lara 8-8-56, St Albans 7-7-49, and that's the final score. So, well, that was sent by our mate Andy again, so who knows what's happening. He said it was going to be a hard tag at three-quarter time, then he left. Around the grounds, Winchelsea 17-7, 109 have defeated Bannockburn 10-13-73, so a 36-point margin there. And the game at Werribee is still live. Werribee 16-15, 111, are leading the Giants with 6-4-40. Gentlemen, thoughts? Mitch, start with you, mate.
Well, I thought the game changed at about the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. East Geelong got completely on top and hit the lead and took the sting out, took the wind out of Thomson's sails, to tell you the truth. Up until then, Thomson had controlled the first half of the third quarter and were going really well. Missed a couple of opportunities to put themselves further in front. East Geelong got composed and then sort of put their foot down and got the lead back, a 24-point lead, I think it was at the time, and hit the front fairly comfortably. And from then on, it was just a bit of a battle, a bit of a seesaw battle. East hit the front. They probably deserved to win, to be quite truthful, if I'm being honest. But it just proves to me that they're not unbeatable. They're sitting on top for a reason, but they're certainly not unbeatable. I'll be interested to see when both of these sides get full complements up and running as to where that situates them. Ben Crombie was sensational, to tell you the truth. I thought he was, but we haven't done our votes yet, but I thought he was by far the best player on the ground. I thought East Geelong's forward line, I thought Thomson's back line did a really good job. East Geelong's forward line functioned okay. I don't think it was sensational by any stretch of the imagination, but they're a good side, East, and Thomson aren't far behind them, to tell you the truth. It was a good, high-pressured game, umpired fairly well. They didn't have an influence on the game, I didn't think. But East Geelong come out winners on their home ground, so good luck to them, and it's back to the drawing board for the Thomson Tigers.
And the roundabout. Dale.
Yeah, not much more to add to that, Spider.
Yes.
But it wasn't a great spectacle of a game. But there were passages where either side took control of it and then started to open up, and that's when it started to flow. And from our point of view, we'd rather see that. And I know that you can't do that all day and expect to win games of football, because that's not the way coaches sometimes set up. They want to have a defensive part of their game, which when they're not controlling it, they try and slow things down. Yeah, and that's pretty much what happened on both sides today. So, look, as I said, there's some positive signs from both clubs there. They're both, from where I can sit at the present time, we think both going to play finals football. Well, East Geelong definitely, because they're sitting on top. Yep. Thomson still with some work to do, obviously, with that bottom three positions or bottom two positions still up for grabs. Could even be a bottom three, depending on what happens in the next couple of weeks. But again, I think we spoke about Benny Crombie. Their overall balance. They've got the good balance now. I think I said at the start of the year, we watched Sabi play the first couple of games, and I thought, I know they've got a big bloke in there, but I didn't know actually how good he was. But each game we've seen him, he's got better for me. He's a big bloke. He does a lot of ruck work in the middle. He had a little bit of a cutout only from Benny Melville today. I'm not too sure how that will go when they get to St Albans come finals time. They may need to have another option there or a better option in there. I'm not too sure what else they've got.
Well, they had Ezra and he didn't do much up forward. He probably could have thrown in.
That's the thing before the game. I said he's got to have more of a part to play in their side if they're going to go and be a real threat out of these. At St Albans come finals time. Now, he might have only touched the ball half a dozen times today. He needs to do more. He's a big lump of a lad. Some days he comes out here and he just attacks the ball and jumps and looks $1 million. The next time you come out and see him, today I didn't think he did that well. Now, I'm not out there on the ground, and you don't know how the ball was coming down to him and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not having a real dig at him, but I'm just saying, from a big bloke like that, he needs to have a bit more of an input.
I thought he might have got thrown into the ruck as well.
Well, he's the option. He's probably the bloke. If you're not getting a kick at centre forward, it would have been perfect to throw him in there.
Absolutely, because I thought Troop, who's not a ruckman, did a good job against.
He did a very good job against him.
And again, there's my next question is, I can't understand when you've got a bloke like that you want to kick goals and struggle to kick goals, why you wouldn't have him more permanently in that forward half.
They like Jordan Cam forward because of his mobility, but Jordan Cam last week Winchelsea changed the game.
Yep.
He went into the ruck and changed the game. He did the
Well,
same.
he might be hanging that back.
They might be. That might be. You don't know what they're doing. So
Yeah, but you've got to make the finals. You've got to get there before you've got to play all your cards to get there. Let alone
the game against Bannockburn at Thomson after the bye will be vital.
Oh, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Anyway, lads, before we get to the votes and what happens next week, we've got to thank our sponsors. We do. Grubber usually does this with a lot of hoo-ha. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just happy to thank the sponsors for their support. Now, obviously, this doesn't happen without them, and the league doesn't present without them, John.
No, that's exactly right.
So, obviously, to our pub sponsors, the Hotham, we'll have the Hotham Best On that we haven't given out for a couple of weeks because Grubby's hoarding all those. I reckon that's the problem, Dale. He's used all the Hotham vouchers and he's too scared to come back in the box.
And he's a crook.
Yeah, he's a crook. He's a crook. So the Hotham, the Como, and of course the Yards, fantastic sponsors of this. Routley's, Kempy, Promoted Trophies and Apparel, Victory Trophies, Cry Bay Health, Athlete's Foot, obviously the MVP for given by the opposition coaches, both football and netball. Raiders Bingo have been fantastic sponsors of the GDFNL for a long, long time. And Elders Insurance and, of course, Morris Finance, Buckley's Entertainment Centre, DeGrani Cycle and Sport and Connectel, who are our quarter-by-quarter sponsors. All right, lads, on to the all-important 3-2-1 from here, starting with the ones. Did I go first last week, Dale?
I can't remember, mate. I don't know. Where
no, you did. You did, because I had basically the same votes as you had at Bannockburn. So I'll lead this week, Mitch. If
that's fair enough.
Okay with you?
Give me an idea as to who to pick.
Well, it's going to be strange, because obviously East Geelong have won the game. But I gave my one vote to Logan Mitchell.
Yep.
I actually thought he was very, very good. The reason I couldn't give him 2 votes is because the bloke I gave 2 votes was even better, and that was Billy Smets. And of course, I couldn't do this. I had to find someone to give 3 votes to, because Ben Crombie cannot have 3 votes after his comment during the week saying that his mum had the pumpkin cakes for Grubby, and Grubby wasn't here. So, but no, without a doubt, Ben Crombie was clearly the best man on the ground from my view of the game.
Yeah, I'm not going to vary too much for it, other than my one vote going to Jacob Sobey, mate. It's
yep.
Like I said, I'm just in awe of the big fellow. As I said, for a big bloke like him, he can handball, he picks the ball off the ground, and he can also kick. And
yep.
I'm not talking about just kick the ball. He actually can kick low, flat into a player. So, in my eyes, he's a tremendous acquisition to this East Geelong side. And the other 2 blokes speak for themselves. Billy Smits, very early in the game, got Thomson up and running, and then when he was needed to be, again, getting the ball from the middle, and that's what he was doing. And as I said, Benny Crombie, gee, I tell you what, if they don't, when they get the finals, don't play someone on him for the hard tag for the whole day.
Especially on St Albans, you just imagine it, couldn't
you? He's just going to rip it apart. But he's been exceptional. Look, he's a good, honest footballer week in, week out. His game doesn't vary a lot, and that's what you want. And that's he was exceptional today. Sorry to me old mate Johnny McIntyre, but unfortunately couldn't slip him in today.
Couldn't fit him in. Yeah, well, look, I just about agree wholeheartedly with you. I certainly agree with the 3 and the 2. Ben Crombie, if a GFL side doesn't pick him up, they don't know what they're doing. They just don't rate the GDFL highly enough, because he's a ready-made GFL footballer in any good side, in my opinion. Billy Smets has been fantastic for Thomson. He's bought in, and the 2 votes he's bought in and been a really good part. Unfortunately, Billy's going away for a month, so we're going to miss him for a month, so that won't help. But the club knew that when they signed him, so it's not something that's come out of the blue. And I gave 1 vote to Hoff. I thought he was lively on the forward line. I don't think he kicked a goal. Did he? Might have kicked one.
No,
didn't kick a goal. Today. But I just thought he was strong in the air, and he was really a real threat all day. To be quite truthful, I thought he was just had a really good all-round game. Tackled, chased, worked hard, took some good marks, and he was my 1 vote. And I'll give an honourable mention to Charlie Donahue, who I thought worked really, really strongly all day. Probably one of the only things Charlie's got to get into his game a little better is probably be a little bit more damaging with his kicking. But he certainly works hard. He was really good today.
He did last year. I think that's just the thing that's probably fallen away this year with him, because last year he was fantastic for you last year.
Playing a different role.
I think, look, the players you've lost, say your Nathan Business, not having Leighton Tholman every week, Zach Plant hasn't played, not so much Zark's forward, but Anderson, these sort of blokes that you've lost out of that sort of centre line rotations
Yep.
has probably put a bit more on him. He doesn't quite have the time that he had last year.
Playing a different role. Last year he didn't have an opponent. He was just running up and down the wing and, could go, as Dale said before, stays on one wing and away he goes. But, look, it was a great game of footy. It was a really good game of footy, and both sides are to be commended, and congratulations to East Geelong.
I reckon him and Crombie played on each other last year, Dale, and they both had 40 touches.
Yeah.
Or it was at Thomson. They
It's
just
not too much of playing on each other anymore.
there was no manning up, mate. It was like almost like under 11s. We need to put the bibs out there. You've got to stand here. This is where you've got to be. Anyway, next week, lads, we're already committed. We're heading out to Anarchy for their 30-year premiership reunion. They play North Geelong, which should be a good game.
Should be a good
in
game.
itself.
Yeah,
so
should be a good game.
the other games, of course, to finish off the round, Cres on Belmont out at the Devil's Playground.
That'll be a good game as well.
That's I think they wear their heritage, their Aboriginal.
Belmont's got to reassert himself, Spider.
They
to
do.
tell the honest truth.
They do, and of course the Inverleigh Balpo still game at Moreton Power. So
well, you'd think Inverleigh would win that, wouldn't you? And that would put them 2 points outside the 5.
well, it would, yes, and then you said Thomson Bannockburn play each other the week after,
and then the week after that, Thomson play Inverleigh.
So you're at least Thomson's fate's in their own hands.
That's
And
right.
Dale and I had a good chat about this last week. It was only him and I at a Banno, and as you say, Dale has been a senior coach and. At a couple of different clubs, and you'd love to have your own destiny in your hands rather than rely on other people.
But no one to blame but yourself.
6 rounds to go.
That's the way it is.
6 rounds to go. There's still probably 3 sides that have that destiny in their own hands.
Pretty much.
And so it's Inverleigh, Thompson, and Bannockburn.
Yeah.
Well, for those last 2 spots.
Inverleigh with the break suited them this week because with Matty Tolkien back from overseas someone else was overseas. Who else was overseas?
Paddy Burke.
Paddy Burke it was, and then obviously the blokes that have been injured are coming back to give them that extra week as well. So
and the only one they don't get back will be
they could
Grundle.
get 3 or 4.
Grundle's the only one. We know about Wilson, what he's going to be like, but Grundle's the only one they probably won't get back for the rest of the year anyway. He's probably done for the year anyway. Mitch,
yes,
we really appreciate you jumping in the last minute, mate.
I've loved it, mate. It's all good.
We do appreciate that. It was pretty tough last week, Dale. No internet, when you're calling the footy, knowing you're calling it the no one, mate. I know it's most weeks, but when you actually know you're calling it nobody, it
makes it more difficult.
And 2 years, obviously, we wish Grubby all the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's crooked. He's not getting any better.
That's for sure. One thing we've got to do, Spide, before we go, I think it'd be remiss if we didn't send our condolences to Billy Bremner's family.
Yeah, of course,
to
mate.
be quite truthful, unfortunately, Billy passed away during the week, and we send our condolences to his family. So a great Geelong football man.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think we put something on the hashtag page too during the week about that. You're right, mate. Just a list of achievements, list of things he'd done for local football, mate. It would be very remiss of us not to do that.
Yep.
So yeah, obviously condolences to Brad and Tyler. Of course, Tyler's going to go home happy. North Melbourne won their first game since about 1978, I think. So they're back. They're back. They had to go on Sal Arden Street to buy the theme song back. So they haven't used it in the last 10 years. So no, but to Brad and Tyler, of course, Brad stands out in the beautiful weather that we've had again. To Steelo back in the studio, we do thank him for giving up his Saturday afternoons to do this for us. Mitch said, "Yep, Dale, always a pleasure to sit alongside you, mate. You make a lot more sense now you did when you used to coach me back at Belpo still in the 90s.
Let's say it's a bit warmer. Let's say it's a bit warmer out at Anarchy next week.
No, mate, I might even wear the thermals next week. But you've been listening to 94.7. Oh, to our viewers and to our listeners, we better thank them too. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Cheers.
Thanks.